Great racing going on. There's been a few bang-ups going on this morning, but I pray everybody's healing up and getting ready for tonight, Lord. It's going to be a great show tonight, and we're just blessed to be here. Just watch over all the racers and everybody and the spectators, all the people in the pits, Lord. Keep them all safe, and we're just praying for a great, safe day of racing here at this beautiful facility. We thank the Carlsons so much for inviting us here, and we're just so blessed to be here. But, Lord, we just want to have a great day here. And we ask for your blessings in your awesome name of Jesus Christ, amen. And as always, a great big Minnesota, God bless America.
And now we ask those of you in attendance to please rise if you are able, remove any headwear for the performance of the Star Spangled Banner.
I'd like to personally thank anybody, any man, any woman who's ever put on a uniform. Thank you for my freedom. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red and glare, the bombs burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that starred spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
The engines are fired, the grandstands are full, and one of the sport's most iconic venues is ready to deliver. Welcome to ERX Motor Park, where horsepower meets precision. The dirt is prescription. Every lap demands one's best, and every track feature has the potential to change the outcome of the race. Today, the best off-road racers in the world are chasing victory on one of the most exciting tracks in the championship. They've been looking forward to it. You've been looking forward to it. This is short course at its best. The path to the 2026 AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt National Championship takes us right through the gateway to the Northwoods of Minnesota, Elk River, Minnesota, ERX Motor Park, and not just any ERX Off-Road National. This is the 10th anniversary. A look out at this full grassy hill and spectator area, and I see a bunch of rowdy fans who are ready to cause some good trouble today and enjoy a good show of racing. Nolan Castellian, my broadcast teammate, you've been coming here since the beginning as well. In your opinion, why is this the place to be this weekend, especially following Independence Day weekend?
I mean, just the Midwest in general is such a great place to be this time of year. A little warm today, but this track in particular always puts on a great show. The fans turn out here because they know they'll never be disappointed. This track crew does a phenomenal job keeping it in great shape. The racing's always fantastic, and I expect no different here today.
This is one on the national circuit you never want to miss, the ERX Off-Road National. Well, let's bring in the voices from the sky who will be breaking down the racing action, analyzing it for you, our analysts, Brent Smith and Shane Stetsney. Brent, I'm going to start with you. What does it mean to find success and win in Elk River, and what do you have to do to find that?
Man, first of all, you have to survive the day. No matter what, Shane and I have talked about it time and time again. This track is really treacherous. You have to make sure you finish at the end of the race, but you have to keep your elbows out. You might have to pull out the gloves at the end of the day, but here at Elk River to win, you got to be up front, and you really better be ready to race here.
Well stated. Shane, does this feel like a pivotal round? This one typically falls at the halfway point of the season. How pivotal does this one feel in regards to the championship, in your opinion?
Oh, I mean, any driver that's in the championship chase, the halfway point of the season, you know, really, and Brent and I talked about this on the drive out here to ERX a couple days ago, that this is the point in the season where the drivers who have outperformed where they belong, so to speak, kind of get separated from the drivers who actually belong in the championship fight. I expect the drivers who are going to be contenders at the end of the year are going to do well here and keep up that momentum throughout the rest of this season.
This is always a really significant one as we wait for our featured class and actually the first race up in the program today, Pro 2, to hit the track. I'd like to go around the berm here first and maybe ask you about some of your favorite races or memories here at ERX. Nolan, I'm going to put you on the spot first. Do you have a favorite race or race finish here? I know there's got to be many.
There's several. One of my most memorable ERX events was the very first one, 2016. It actually, this weekend always falls on my birthday as well. Came here as a family birthday trip, just as a spectator for my 15th birthday for the first one. Another one, as always, Kyle Duke and CJ Greaves had that phenomenal Pro 4 battle in 2022. That was the last iteration of that great battle. So many great memories here.
That is what we love. There's so many great memories here, and I actually just got word that our Pro 2 drivers are ready. So Nolan, will you do us these honors?
I would love to. Pro 2 drivers in the back, start your engines!
Ladies and gentlemen, get loud. The stars of Pro 2.
Pro 2 drivers right now are back in the staging area. They're about to do a parade lap for you fans. And in fact, the first race we will see on track as part of our program. Look at you see the full packed house. We have capacity crowd here at Elk River, Minnesota, ready to enjoy it all. So a few of those storylines we're going to be bringing to you. Brent, I'd like to start with you. Is there a Pro 2 driver who has your attention going into today's round?
Well, absolutely. Rowdy Ryan Beat, I've kept my eyes on him for a long, long time, and watch him progress from the Pro Light days into the Pro 2 field, and what he's doing for the sport and all is just over the top. He's been fast qualifier multiple times, and, you know, it's just crazy to watch him just dominate, right? He's got every duck in a row. His T's are crossed, his I's are dotted, and he's just one to watch. He's going to be fast here today, and he's probably going to get the job done.
He is in command. He looks to hang on to it. Nolan, what about you? Who are you watching?
A guy I always watch right here since his Pro Light debut, which he won first time in a Pro Light. Kyle Greaves in that number 34 Pro 2. Always fast here, has a win here in his career in Pro 2 at ERX. Kyle's always been kind of a second half season driver. He doesn't seem to get hot till the second half, but he started this season strong already. I expect Kyle Greaves to be a championship threat from here on out.
He has good history here in Elk River, like you said, in the Pro 2 and Pro Light as well. Shane, I want to know from you, what has you most excited for this round in this class?
Well, if you go back to ERX here 1 year ago, mid-2025, there's been one driver consistently ascending since that point. It's Jacob Rosales. They call him the Cuban Missile. Just his growth in that truck over the last 12 months on the calendar has been incredible to watch. He has 2 podium finishes, fresh off a third-place finish at Crandon in round 6. I already told Brent during our intermission, Rosales is going to go out and win a race in Pro 2 this season. I'll stand by that. It may not be here at ERX, but I'm keeping my eye on Rosales the rest of the way through this season.
Shane, I'm here to echo that statement. It's coming sooner rather than later if he keeps this up. A couple of names you will see injected back into this Pro 2 field. We have Kyle Cooper from Michigan making his way down here for this one at ERX, so it's great to see him back in action. And one of our local drivers, Travis Milhouse, in that number 10, that light blue truck you see on your screen, back in action with us. So we love to see that. A few more drivers back in action, and at any rate, this Pro 2 class, this is one of the classes you want to be in your seat for. So if you're back in the pits right now in Bender Village, wherever you are, now's your time to make your way back to the stands because we're about to go green.
the 2024 Pro-Am Side-by-Side Champion, racing the number 9 Polaris, David Gay.
Boy, Shane, he's been such a rocket ship this season. He's always been progressing, right? It's just stepping stones for him.
You know what I love? I love a comment that David Gay made on the podium earlier this year. He said, last year was about learning, this year I'm here to execute. That's what he's done. Second in the points, right in that title fight. He's going to be as tough as nails here at his hometown track, ERX Motor Park.
Avery,
What?
it's time to go racing.
Uh-oh.
Driving the number 15 Pro Spec, Avery Hammer.
Definitely another one to watch here as we go through our pro schedule in round 7. Avery Hammer, another local driver. She's out of Nowthen, Minnesota. Won a race in Pro Spec last year, her first full season in the class. And again, here to defend her home turf. She is a Terminator, man. She is as talented as any driver in that Pro Spec field, and that's a loaded field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's fun to watch, and I guarantee you she wants to lay down a win here at her hometown track. And what she can do on a sled to the truck is just unbelievable at such a young age.
From Denison, Iowa, racing the number 53 Pro Side-by-Side, Colton Krajcek.
Well, another driver that worked his way, cut his teeth in the sportsman ranks before going pro a couple years ago, made a big statement in the final round of 2025 out at Glen Helen. You were there, Brent. You saw him dominate in that pro side-by-side race to cap off the 2025 season.
Oh, yeah, I figured he'd bring a lot of momentum into 2026, and it's going to be fun to watch here at Elk River, Minnesota at ERX Motor Park.
Those are just a few of the drivers to watch. It is going to be a wild 7 pro races here in round number 7. Let's take a look at the track these drivers are up against. Past the start-finish line, up and over the crest, down into turn 1. A lot of passing opportunities there, and then a no-touch zone up the face of this big tabletop jump.
Yeah, and you don't want to make any contact, like you said. You can go upside down fairly quickly, then a big banked 180, then your eyes are set on this split lane. It can get really torn up. We said in the morning races, nobody was really choosing that inside, so we'll see with more speed out of these cars and trucks that they can clear this rhythm section.
Little set of double jumps, another split lane. That just gives you some sense of what they're up against here. A lot of elevation, high speeds, tight corners. Drivers are very busy. You really don't have a chance to catch your breath. The track is always trying to bite you and take you down at every turn. The Pro 2 is going to be first. Kyle Greaves and Ryan Beat on the front row. Ricky Gutierrez and Johnny Holcher in row 2. Travis Milhausen Jr. and Jacob Rosales in row 3. And making his season debut, Kyle Cooper will start 7th here for round 7 of Pro 2.
Great to have Kyle Cooper back in the field. Travis Milhausen as well. It's going to be Rowdy Ryan Beat. Kyle Greaves going to take off at any given time. Pro 2 underway.
Right away, Milhausen showing a wheel to the bedside of Ricky G. Nothing doing. He's going to have to check up and fall back in line. But it looks like Kyle Greaves is going to be able to hold the point.
Yeah, Kyle Greaves now finds himself out front. They're going to tiptoe their way through. No contact there. Nice driving.
They're going to come into these split lanes. It's never going to look this good again for these Pro 2s. Through these 2 sandy split lanes. You can see already even the drivers further back just struggling for grip.
Boy, look at Ricky Gutierrez going that wide line. Milhausen follows him through the door, but just not enough as Beat climbs side by side again.
Door to door with Ricky G as they head for CF Moto USA Hill for the first time. Now Holcher trying to get a wheel to the bedside of Milhausen.
See this track gonna really dry out quickly here. We click off the first lap in Pro 2 if you're just tuning in on Flow. 6 more races to go after this Pro 2 race. Just look at Beat landing on the nose.
Yeah, Beat, by the way, was the Yokohama top qualifier for round 7. Proved it on Friday that he has the speed to run up front as he's trying to hunt down Kyle Greaves. Whoa, and Gutierrez all crossed up through that split lane. I talked about it. That's going to get chewed up in a hurry with these 800 horsepower Pro 2s digging through that sand.
Yeah, and you got to get out of the throttle when she gets all crossed up like that. It's hard to maintain going forward. Let's look at the air time off that Yokohama tires flyaway into the CF Moto turn. See that gap from second on back. Ryan Beat just grazing those tractor tires. Kyle Greaves in that 34. Still out front with about a half a second gap over Ryan Beat so far.
Yeah, Greaves so far has just pretty much been perfect. Beat's trying in vain to chase him down.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out that outside-inside line. It's going to get tore up as we go through this race. I get that, but see, Beat went from the outside back down to the bottom trying to find something.
Well, especially early on in these races, these drivers are going to search all over the place. They'll commit outside in both, inside in both. They'll cross from one to the other until they find exactly what's working for them in their truck.
Kyle Greaves still holding on to the top spot. Rowdy Ryan Beat in second. Jesse Lewis and him have been putting their heads together for multiple seasons. Jesse prepping that truck day in and day out. You can tell he's been around a long, long time and making Rowdy that fast.
Meanwhile, Travis Millhausen Jr. was able to get by Ricky G. You saw a little mistake there from Ryan Beat, a little over-rotation.
Yeah, that's all on your entry there, and he just got caught up just a little too early on the apex. There's Johnny Holcher running in 5th so far, trying to hunt down Ricky G. There they are. They're going to be side by side, climbing that Yokohama tires flyaway.
Whoa.
Holcher,
little contact in the air, and Gutierrez goes for a tumble out over the Yokohama flyaway.
Man, that was crazy. They both made contact, and it was just enough.
3 or 4 cartwheels, and red flag is going to come out immediately here for Pro 2.
Man, heavy damage on Ricky Gutierrez's truck. Remember, he had a bad crash year before.
Yeah, I don't think there was any intent from either of those 2 drivers to make that contact, and they talked about it at the drivers' meeting too. That is an absolute no-touch zone.
Yeah, Johnny Holcher just went off the jump, and he was already crossed up, so there wasn't nothing intentional done by John. He was trying everything he could as Ricky G.
See our safety team already on the scene there.
It just shows you the elevation at this racetrack right now on your screen, how high up Ryan Beat and the pace car are. Because we're under red flag conditions.
Yeah, what a terrible start to the weekend there for Ricky G. Like I said, definitely no intent there from Holcher. All these drivers know better than to make any kind of contact as they're going up the face of that jump. So you see Ricky G out of the truck. Getting some help from the safety team there. But we are back rolling. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that wounded race truck off the track, though, Brett.
Yeah, it really is. It's a tough break for Ricky G. They want to see anybody go down like that. See the rear end housing look to be all torn up.
Yeah, there is going to be a lot of work to be done on that truck. See Ricky out, helmet off, walking around, giving a wave to the crowd. That is fantastic news, all things considered. You can see Ricky G not too thrilled with the contact that led to that rollover. Showing a little displeasure there with Johnny Holcher. So we can go back and take a look at how it unfolded. Both drivers coming off that inside split lane, just a tap as they went up. Here's the bird's eye view. Gutierrez trying to steer into it, and that front bumper just caught the dirt. That was game over for Gutierrez. Holcher did all he could to not make it any worse than it turned out, but
man, look at the rear end just torn right out of that truck.
And Ricky is physically fine, but clearly upset.
Yeah, I mean, they crested that hill, and it looked like there was no contact, but there was a little contact as they went off the face.
Yeah, race control is going to be taking a good long look at it, no doubt about it. You see they've got Ricky's truck dirty side down.
Wow. It was a hard lick.
It's a crash unlike any other I've ever seen. We've both been at this a long time. And
yeah, and they're just flat out tapped out going up that hill. If it wasn't for that roller, it could have been really bad. It was bad enough for Ricky G to take him out, so he's not going to be happy.
And after the fact, like I said, Johnny Holcher did do all he could to not make it worse. He got on the brakes, you know, landed fully on the brakes, able to steer out of making it a whole lot worse for Ricky G. Well, yellow flag conditions now for Pro 2. Safety team and operations team surveying the damage. They'll get Ricky's truck off the racetrack so his team can go to work. We have more work to do here in Pro 2, the conclusion on the other side of this quick break. Plenty more to come here from the ERX Off-Road National. Don't go anywhere.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt. There's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
We welcome you back once again to the ERX Off-Road National here in Elk River, Minnesota. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. I'm Brent Smith alongside Shane Stetsny, and what a day we've had so far, but we just witnessed one heck of a crash in Pro 2.
Yeah, it's been a challenging day, even going back to the sportsman side of things, a challenging day for a few drivers in that one, and certainly some long nights ahead for pit crews. And yeah, what we just saw with Ricky G there, first off, again, to reiterate, he was out walking around. He was upset, right, for a good reason, because, you know, they just folded up a lot of that race truck, but physically fine, carrying on conversation, gesturing towards Johnny Holcher, who was part of that incident. They made contact going up the face of that jump. But like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a rollover that quite looked like that. It was, you know, being airborne and starting to roll in the air. It's an extremely dicey one. We're just glad Ricky's okay above all else.
Yeah, and like we were saying, they grabbed so much speed climbing that Yokohama Tires flyaway jump, and It's a no-touch zone, like we say, but once they're free in the air like that, there's nothing we can really do. There's no air brakes in these trucks,
right.
And there's nothing else that John or Ricky could have did to get out of the way. I mean, you're racing for that spot, you're side by side, and all of a sudden it was just like Ricky just got caught, and that contact helped him go over pretty hard.
Yeah, so we are under yellow flag at this point, which I'm sure the drivers who are still in the fight are really appreciative of, to get some air moving, not just through the coolers on the trucks, but a little bit of air moving through the cab as well on a hot day here in Minnesota. It's going to take a minute for them to clear Ricky's truck from the racetrack. You saw it ripped out basically all the rear suspension. One of the front corners, all that suspension was torn off, so it's going to be a little bit of a task just to get that truck moved. You see Ricky and his team surveying the damage. It's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, I see Tyler down there, his crew chief, just trying to diagnose what's all broke on that thing, and he's just devastated.
Just won in round 6 a couple of weeks ago. Ricky G did it at Crandon.
Well, Shane, let's take another look. Watch what happens here as they go to the face of this jump, and just made enough contact where Ricky couldn't land.
Well, the trucks are, as the earth disappears beneath you, the trucks are starting to get light, so just a little tap. I mean, if you were standing close enough to just punch the side of the truck, you could just about send it into that rollover.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Shane, and it doesn't take much, especially you're running this horsepower and how far these trucks can launch. Tough day for Ricky G.
Well, the rest of the drivers, like I said, still in the fight in this one. Greaves beat Milhausen, Holcher, Rosales, Cooper. Just like Haley said before this race started, great to see Kyle Cooper back out there in the Pro 2 field. Running a partial schedule this year, just a small family team, mostly him and his dad and a couple of good friends helping him out.
Oh, yeah, it's great to see Kyle Cooper back in the field.
Well, we're closer now to having a clear racetrack, and you see Johnny Holcher slowing down a little bit, coming to a stop beside the racetrack. Everybody else continues on their pace laps. So still a little bit of a mess to clean up on the racetrack. So already plenty of drama here in Pro Round 7. As you see Ricky G just despondent at this point. Like I said, just heartbreaking for him.
Yeah,
hard to put into words. Like, we talked to him after his win in round 6. He was pumped. He felt like he was taking big steps in the right direction.
Yeah, I just hope that truck's fixable right now because it looked really torn up. I know they have a lot of spare parts, and just hopefully the structure of the chassis is all right. All right, Shane, we're going to take another look and see where that contact was.
Yeah, it wasn't much, just right at the top, but from that angle, it's hard to tell who wasn't square up the face of that jump. But you saw Johnny Holcher exit the racetrack. So call has been made. Holcher's day will be done as well. That changes the complexion of this race that much more. We're down to 5 trucks now. Greaves beat Milhausen, Rosales, and Cooper. Not that it's that meaningful in a moment like this, but Ricky G and Johnny Holcher were also 2nd and 3rd in the points coming into this race. Kyle Greaves was just a few points back of those two in 4th. Oh, and there's a lot of damage to the back of that truck, Brent. Looked like the damage might have included some bent frame rails on the back end.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. You can see the back end kind of squatted down. And these trucks are definitely built light. They're built tough. It's a Ryan Beat chassis. You know it's safe, right? He walked out of there, and that's the main thing. I know him and his father worked their butt off to make their program as best as possible. Mr. Gutierrez is always right there for his kid. And he's developed into such a great race car driver, and it just hurts to see him out.
Well, it looks like the track is now all clear. Another bit of a side note here to all this, Brent, is all that time was letting the track dry out quite a bit, so it's going to be a much different track than the last time these trucks were under a green flag, and a little bit more dust. Visibility might become a little bit of an issue. Just one more challenge these drivers are going to have to face, but after that red flag and long slowdown, we are going to get back to it. Kyle Greaves is going to take us back to the green flag here in Pro 2 round number 7. Off we go. Greaves beat Millhausen, Rosales, Cooper. 5 trucks left in this fight, and still a long way to go in this one.
Yeah, a lot of racing left here in Pro 2, round 7. They fly off that back jump. Kyle Greaves taking off where he left off early.
Yeah, I was watching Millhausen. He was rubbing bumpers a little bit with Ryan Beat, so Travis Millhausen definitely bringing some fight to this battle. I talked about it being a little bit drier than it was. The sun has just been baking this track through that slowdown. You're going to see quite a bit of dust for these Pro 2s.
You got to remember, Travis Millhausen, he's in an old Brian Deegan truck. That thing's been around a long, long time. They back-halved it after last season. But man, it don't matter what year your truck is. You get that thing primed and rock and rolling, see what it can do.
Millhausen and Rosales are, I think, 2 examples of what I've been saying for a couple of years now, that Pro 2s are much more forgiving to drive than Pro Lights. We saw both of those guys over the years be a little bit wild in Pro Light, for lack of a better way to say it.
Right.
Both those drivers, Millhausen and Rosales, get into Pro 2, and it's like everything settles down and it comes to them a little bit better. They're actually able to race a little bit more than just fight the truck.
Yeah, you have a little bit wider stance, a lot wider stance than a Pro Light, and it's more forgivable. You have more horsepower. You can carry the rear of the truck more without biking it. As Rowdy Ryan Beat now starting to put the pressure on Kyle Greaves.
Well, just like we saw before the red flag. Although this time Millhausen able to hang with both of those two.
Boy, Ryan Beat, he's trying to get those Toyo tires down to the bottom. Seeing what groove works better here at ERX Motor Park. You can see the dust starting to fly.
And more big air there for Rowdy Beat. He's been just about landing all the way on the flat bottom after that big tabletop coming out of turn 1.
Man, you see how Kyle Greaves and Ryan Beat almost come to a stop there at that 180 to make sure they're pointing in the right direction. Huge airtime jumping into the rhythm section. Crisscrossing over one more time.
Yeah, I think, the track being drier as it is now, it's going to start picking up a lot of rubber too, so we're going to start seeing a little bit more blue groove. There's already some on entry into turn 1.
Yeah, look at that cushion just starting to run out to the fence.
Look at that blue groove down there in the final turn as well.
Boy, Kyle Greaves getting quicker and quicker, but that time by, it looked like Ryan Beat might have had the fastest lap. 54.358 so far.
Yeah, this track's going to get slower as this race goes on, though, Brent. Like I've been saying, it's going to get really slick by the time it's all said and done here.
Yeah, that gap is so huge in the beginning parts of this race. You see they're struggling to get grip. Ryan Beat just blowing through all that soft soil as Kyle Greaves still maintaining that top spot.
Both of those drivers taking outside in the first split lane and then driving down to the bottom through Talladega turn. I think Rosales so far has really been the only driver to try the outside through Talladega.
Yeah, he's tried it at one time for sure. We'll have to see where Kyle Greaves goes. Look at him open up about a half a car right there on exit. There's Jacob Rosales.
You got to figure for these drivers too, they've been in the truck for so long at this point that a lot of these guys are probably not trying to push 100%, at least in the first half of this thing. That's a lot of time, just the heat that your body takes on sitting in the truck that long.
Yeah, you just hope they're all hydrated well. I know they've probably all been drinking a lot of water coming into this weekend.
Well, we just heard from race control that actually there will be no competition yellow in this one either. So it is a sprint all the way to the finish. That's another element the drivers have to think about now too. You don't get that chance to cool the truck down at all. How hard do you want to push when it's 90 degrees outside and not a lot of breeze, high humidity? These trucks are taking on a lot of heat right now.
Yeah, you wonder if they let the drivers know well beforehand, because Ryan Beaty's got to pick it up a notch. Kyle Greaves getting a little crossed up, straighten it out as he went off the face of that jump. Such a calm, cool, and collected Pro 2 driver.
Yeah, it just seems like Kyle Greaves has been fully in control this whole race. Not just by way of being out front, but haven't really seen any mistakes. Doesn't seem like he's fighting the truck at all.
No, him and his father, Kurt Greaves, having that truck just dialed in. Remember Kurt Greaves helping his brother Johnny Greaves out for so many seasons, win Pro 4 championships. Now he gets to sit in the seat of the crew chief job for his own kid, and man, they just been doing such a great job as Millhausen's still digging deep.
Yeah, Millhausen's starting to reel in Rowdy Beat just a little bit. Now, I talked about these drivers probably opting to be a little conservative. If there's one guy that's not going to be conservative, we know it's Millhausen. He's running a very limited schedule in Pro 2 this year. This is his hometown track. He wants to put on a show.
Yeah, he came to play here.
He is able to get by Rowdy Beat, so Millhausen Jr. now into second. See if he wants to try to chase down Kyle Greaves. He's got a lot of ground to make up.
Man, you wonder if Ryan's having some issues, because you don't just reel in Ryan Beat and then pass him just that quickly. Nothing against Millhausen. He's just a rocket ship today, but
I think I have an idea. I have an idea what's going on with Ryan Beat's truck. Let's try to look at that left rear tire. That's the issue for
There
Beat.
it is.
Flat left rear, that's what's slowing him down a little bit.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a problem.
So for now, Beat's gonna stay out there. You wonder if he'll even try to come in and get it changed or just try to limp it around. He's at risk of losing another spot here to Rosales. That would be a pass for third.
Yeah, he won't be so bad here on this 180, but once you go on those right-handers, it really leans on that left tire.
Well, just the abuse that it'll take through the split lanes too, just how rutted up that section is. Oh, is it? The tire's coming apart now. It's starting to delaminate a little bit.
Yeah, and he knows that. He builds his own trucks with Jesse Lewis, so you don't want to rip the bypass off as well as it comes apart.
Yeah, it looks like the whole tire is about to just shred into smithereens and disappear on him. If it starts to really throw rubber around too, the safety team will make him pull in and get that thing changed. You can see it's a handful just to keep it pointed straight down the racetrack.
Yeah, it's really starting to come apart now, Shane. There's all the rubber starting to peel apart, taking all that fiberglass off. He's going to come in. He doesn't want to do any more damage to that truck.
So now the race within the race. How quickly can Ryan Beat get back out there? Remember, no competition yellow after that red flag early on in this one.
Boy,
that leaves
Kyle Greaves.
Yeah, that leaves Kyle Greaves pretty much by himself out front.
Just love watching him drive, just hitting his marks, not making any bobbles.
I think the word that comes to mind is calculate. Like I said, this entire race, I haven't seen him make one mistake. He's never been fighting the truck at all.
Oh, you can see him in there so comfy, just riding up against that K-rail one more time. Green flag still out this time by for Kyle Greaves.
Yeah, that'll be 2 laps to go that time by. Ryan Beat able to get back on the racetrack, but he is now a lap down. There is Rowdy Beat, the number 51 Bilstein Shocks truck. So not the way he wanted his day to go.
Kyle Greaves just tiptoeing his way through this split lane one more time. Watch as he bonsais into this rhythm.
We know that Ryan Beat's got his eyes on a bigger prize, though, and that is the points championship. Came into this race leading in the points. Even with Kyle Greaves taking the win, my quick back-of-the-envelope math says that Ryan Beat will be the points leader when it's all said and done. We talk about that a lot. You have to make your bad days still all right days.
Right, as we're coming to that white flag here. What a great day it is so far for Kyle Greaves. Setting that truck up nicely, heading towards the back section here at ERX Motor Park. TV does not do you justice. That back hill is so big.
Yeah, really steep climbs, really steep descents all the way around this racetrack. It's a victory tour here for Kyle Greaves. Just a few more corners, a few more straightaways, and he will pick up win number 2 on the season. A little bit further back, you see Ryan Beat, even though he's a lap down, trying to hunt down Travis Millhausen Jr.
Well, one final time for Kyle Greaves in that 34 as we watch Ryan Beat a lap down, trying to hunt down Millhausen Jr., but one more turn to go for Kyle Greaves. He's going to get it done in round 7, Shane.
There it is, Kyle Greaves, his 2nd win on the season here in Pro 2. Closing up that points margin between himself and Rowdy Beat. Great day for the hometown kid, Travis Millhausen Jr., 2nd here in Pro 2. And the Cuban Missile, Jacob Rosales, is going to bring it home for a 3rd place finish. See him cruising across the line. I think with the slowdown, the drivers are pretty much spent. The trucks are pretty well spent at this point.
Man, I'm tired watching those guys out there just trying to maintain their composure.
A little more of a marathon than a sprint in that one. You see the full unofficial results. Greaves, Millhausen Jr., Rosales headed to the podium. Kyle Cooper 4th in his first race here in 2026. Rowdy Beat, after changing that flat tire, still able to bring home 5th place points. And Gutierrez with a lot of work to do, and Holcher.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? CF Moto. Experience more.
Purpose-built, adventure-ready, freedom to go further. At Polaris,
We have a history of making history. 40 years, and still redefining what's possible. This is the Sportsman 570 40th Anniversary Edition. Sportsman, legendary tough.
I got that right turn, we're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
At 10-4. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
The top three in Pro 2 standing by with Haley Shanley. Haley?
Thank you, guys. Jacob Rosales. Jacob, we've seen some great races from you at ERX in different classes over the years, but for this one in 2026, does this drive feel like another step in the right direction?
No, this one doesn't, to be honest with you. I just haven't been able to figure it out all weekend. You know, a lot of stuff happened for me to get on this box, and I mean, we're consistent in keeping the truck on the ground now, but today it just didn't feel like I had anything to give these guys. They were moving. I tried, but I'm just lucky to be here, but we got to come back tomorrow a lot stronger.
I know you and the team well. Nicely done today.
What'd you say?
Nicely done on this drive today.
Appreciate it, thank you.
That's Jacob Rosales, P3 today. Travis Milhausen, back in action for the home race. You showed up in a big way. So how much fun is it being back behind the wheel?
It's awesome being back behind the wheel, especially here at my pretty much hometown track, and being able to put it up on the podium for my first time in Pro 2. It feels awesome.
We love to see this. Anyone you want to give a shout out to and who you'd like to thank for this?
I'd like to just thank Champ Off-Road for making it right, and just all my sponsors, my team. I couldn't do it without them. Maxxis Tires putting the power to the ground, getting the grip. I want to take T-Zar Engineering for all the power and automatic transmission design. KG Realty, Northline Print Co. for getting all the new merch and all the stickers. Couldn't do without any of them.
Great to have you back. That's Travis Milhausen, runner-up today, and a loud crowd for him. Kyle Greaves, just 3 weeks ago, a different scenario, a different race, but you had to make a tough call to not line up for the Cup race. Now fast forward, you are a flawless day. What's this like?
Yeah, you know, actually that part I was waiting for failed on us yesterday. So last minute we had to find one, put it together, put it in. We did a shakedown this morning. It worked perfect. Started on the pole and just put our head down and just tried to run away, be smooth, be confident, and not let him get under my skin, you know. It's a really tricky hairpin back there, and anything can happen, but I gotta thank my whole team. You know, it's hot, all the fans that came out. I mean, it's way hotter than we want to race in, and it's even hotter than those. But man, my whole team, my mom, dad, my wife, my little guy Tater Tot, he's at home. I miss you guys. I wish you were here, but man, this one's for the two of you that are back home, and I love you, and can't wait to be back. But man, just everybody, 21 Gun, Monster Energy, Kenda Tires, those RTs hooked up, and man, those are podium to pavement. And Vision Wheel, Fox Shocks, John Hoffman, man, just everybody. I can't thank everybody enough, and hopefully we come back tomorrow and do the same thing.
Great work today. Kyle Greaves back on top for this Pro 2 win.
Thanks, Haley. Yeah, that points battle in Pro 2 starting to heat up a little bit, and great battle for the lead in that one early on in the early stages between KGB, Ryan Beat. But, you know, earlier today, for those of you just joining us for Pro Action or joining us on Amazon Prime, first off, we appreciate you, but you missed Sportsman Racing this morning and into the early afternoon. We saw an instant classic in Mod Kart of all classes. That's been one of our favorites for years now, but those drivers put on an absolute barn burner of a race here in round 7.
Yeah, absolutely, Shane. And it's always a great race in Mod Kart. And these are young, talented drivers moving up through the ranks. You've seen a lot of carnage go on.
Yeah, early on,
Bell.
Jacoby Tolberg able to just barely make the save and avoid a much worse situation. Then there was a pass for the lead. Corbin Wassenberg able to push his way out to the front. Grayson Arneson working his way up through the field. He was threatening to win that race at one point.
Yeah,
Arneson going a little wide, went up on the bike.
Yeah, that's
Van
all
der
it
Voort went
takes.
around.
That's all it takes here in ERX Motor Park. You make one little bobble and you can get slapped on the back. You seen Wassenberg still maintaining that spot. He just was fast enough to hold on.
And Finley Holcher trying to run him down and then get some help from his sister Ella Holcher. Got into his bedside. Finley goes into the spin cycle. Then later again, Arneson pushes his way back up to the front, trying to make the move. Couldn't get it done, and then right down to the wire. The defending champ Monsager falling just short as Corbin Wassenberg took his first win in Mod Kart. And like I said, instant classic. I mean, with 2 laps to go, the top 5 were nose to tail. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it never fails to disappoint there. I mean, I'm telling you, in Mod Kart, these cars are so fast. The power to weight ratio, I mean, they look like the Pro 2, Pro 4s. I mean, to be a kid at that age, to get that experience. I mean, if you come out of Mod Kart, we've seen them progress. Different drivers over the years move into the bigger classes pretty easily.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Later on, we'll see a few former hot shoes from the Mod Karts mixing it up in the Pro specs. That's going to be a fantastic penultimate race on our Pro schedule. Of course, it all leads up to the Pro 4, and we know what Pro 4 races can look like here at ERX Motor Park, don't we?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be an all-out war here. It's such a cool, compacted track, and like we've seen before in the Pro 2, anything can happen. Granted, we don't want to see another bad crash, but when they're all on their A game, it's really fun to watch, especially having CJ Greaves back in the field, RJ Anderson now.
Oh, man.
I'm excited to watch RJ get back behind the wheel in Pro 4.
We've been campaigning for RJ and Ronnie Anderson to commit full-time to Champ Off-Road.
It's tough. I ask them every year.
Busy guys.
They got commitments, yeah.
They're busy guys. But they always bring the fight to everything they race and put on one heck of a show for the fans. But right now, we're going to go back down to the podium. Nolan Castellian is down there with a couple contestants to play a Midwest Classic, a good old game of beanbags.
Thank you, Shane. We've got a couple of guests here. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Owen Saylor, Elk River, Minnesota.
Ashton Johnson, Big Lake, Minnesota.
All right, so Owen and Ashton, you know the game. Back up to the edge of the podium box. Most amount of bags in the hole at the end is your winner. Go when you're ready. Back and forth. Bag number 1, too much muscle. We got one on. 2, still too much. Oh boy, we got to run away. Gonna need a Hail Mary here. And it's all over. Owen gets the win. He's gonna take home both of these boards as a prize. Thank you for playing, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Well, for those of you looking for a little extracurriculars after the race day's done, find Owen and Ashton. They'll probably play against you in a game of bags. Maybe that's what we'll do after the conclusion of round 7, but still plenty more to come here from AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. Don't go anywhere.
A choice, a commitment to the surface beneath you, on the street, track, or way off the map. We don't just build tires, we build an unfair advantage. From short course carnage to the wide open throttle of Baja, we've proven it in places where the weak don't survive. Built for every track, every trail, and the terrain in between. Maxxis tires, tread victoriously.
Loaded here for round 7. There's a 75. He's just such a well put together race car driver. He knows when to pounce. As this Pro Stock side-by-side division is sponsored by Willwood Disc Brakes. They're going to have a beautiful track once again after the Pro 2s tore it up right down to the Blue Groove. Playsteds and the Carlsons doing such a phenomenal job prepping this track.
Yeah, whatever kind of dark magic soil science they do here at ERX, the racetrack, it does come apart a little bit, but not in a way that ruins the racing. It enhances it. Gets a little bit rough towards the end of the race, becomes kind of motocrossy where you have to find some new lines.
Yeah, it's always changing, and that's what it's so much fun to watch. And if you're a good race car driver, you want it to get torn up here as Pro Stock side-by-side going to take the green flag. Boy, David Gay with a good jump.
Yeah, he was off like a rocket down into turn 1. Brought CJ Greaves along with him off that second row inside. See all these drivers giving each other plenty of room as they try to find some space on the racetrack.
Yeah,
a little push.
Kosmecki.
Little push there by David Gay.
Yeah, you're just starting to try to set that pace, wiggle your way through this first lap. Everyone having a prime track. Look at that.
Kosmecki, or excuse me, Jeff Boodle moving up a spot past CJ's. We've got one up into the end of that berm. That was Colin Truitt. Nice job to set it back down.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't go upside down there through that split lane.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. We see this battle for the lead starting to develop a little bit. Boodle starting to put the pressure on David Gay with one lap in the books.
Wow, oh, Boodle goes around. He got a better drive out of that corner and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and look who comes storming up into that mix. While we were watching Boodle, Cross Kirchmeier was able to sneak past CJ Greaves, so Kirchmeier now into second.
Wow, just waiting for the right point in time and took that spot away from CJ. David Gay, you better get on that loud pedal.
How about a couple of rookies battling it out in the top 5 as well? Ben Heiting, Cody Jones, they were banging Nerf bars coming out of the hairpin.
Boy, David Gay opening up that gap just a little bit more, about 6-7 cars. This time by, give or take. CJ Green just holding his own in third. There's Kosmecki. Jake doing a wonderful job sitting in fourth.
Yeah, Gay doing a really good job trying to run away here from Kirchmeier. But we've heard it from David Gay this year on the podium. He said he's here to execute this year. That's exactly what he's done. Only one win, but he's been on the podium all 6 rounds so far.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. You got to be consistent if you want that overall points championship. It can come right down to the wire. Guys like Corey Winter, they know what it's like to lose a championship by 1 point.
All these drivers still favoring the inside here through turn 3, what we call Talladega turn. I'm not sure that we'll see many drivers try the outside here in Pro Stock side-by-side, but kind of depends on how much the track goes away down on the bottom.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it develops as they're all going really, really wide, just favoring that outside line.
Yeah, you want to make that one big corner all the way off the top of CF Moto Hill.
You almost have to clear that tabletop in front of the crowd here. CJ Greaves now trying to pick apart Kirchmeier.
Well, this is interesting. I'm watching our electronic timing. The fastest lap of the race was just run by not one of our top 3, but the car in 4th. Jake Kosmecki is the fastest car on the racetrack right now.
Wow, he's running in 4th like he said, so he is definitely showing a lot of speed, maybe saving a little bit for that second half, Shane.
3rd fastest in qualifying, Kosmecki was as well, so definitely has everything dialed in here for ERX Motor Park. And look who's creeping up on Kosmecki though, Cody Jones, one of the rookies out there.
Yeah, Cody Jones now putting that pressure. There's Jones in that 67. And CJ going really, really wide there, trying to get that full corner out of it. David Gay still holding on to that top spot. There's CJ in the 33. welcome them back in Grandin.
Well, Kirchmeier's starting to creep in now a little bit on David Gay. Look at him right to the back bumper through that hairpin.
Look at Kirchmeier now on that outside. We're going to see two different lines. David Gay gets a little caught up there.
Yep, now everybody's going to filter right back down to the bottom here through turn 3.
And as these two battle, you're going to see CJ Greaves kind of creep up to the back bumper of both these cars.
Oh yeah, he's got front row seats. He is loving that battle that's breaking out in front of him.
Yeah, you can see what's developing.
Oh, Kirchmeier's on the move here. Closed in a little bit more there on David Gay.
Green flag still out this time by. A lot of racing left before the halfway. See if Cross can hunt down David Gay here before the halfway point. Look at that, crisscross by Cross.
Yeah, Cross had a really nice line through turn 1 and had so much momentum that he had to make a lane change there not to stack right into the back of David Gay's car. Kirchmeier staying with that outside run through the first set of split lanes.
Yeah, they're not far off one another. It's going to be a drag race. He has to file back in behind David Gay. There goes CJ Greaves at the top side.
I was waiting for someone up front to try that top side. Go figure, it's CJ, always searching for a different line. CJ actually did fall back just a little bit though, trying it. Whoa, and a little contact there. Gay able to gather it back up and hold on to that spot. Green flag still out.
Boy, oh boy, this is starting to heat up. There goes Cross Kirchmeier to the inside, going for the lead.
He is going to close the door in David Gay's face, and Cross Kirchmeier, already 3 wins on the season, finds himself out front.
Wow, now David Gay trying to go back to the bottom. They're side by side. They make a little contact again.
Oh man, Kirchmeier almost ran out of space there. That's the first time we've seen Cross Kirchmeier stay to the left side through the split lane, so that's kind of an interesting time for him to make that change in strategy. So now CJ showing a wheel to the inside of David Gay.
See CJ fill up that line. He just moved him out of the way just enough to take that spot away.
Just like that, David Gay falls from first to third here in Pro Stock side by side. So we're going to be coming to the halfway point this time by. Cross Kirchmeier, 3 wins so far this year, and he will lead here at halfway.
Man, oh man, CJ Greaves really showing a lot of speed in that first half at the end. Cross Kirchmeier leading it so far. Now this will give Kosmecki another chance too.
Yeah, he was putting down some really good laps throughout that first half. Jeb Boodle was able to claw his way all the way back up into 8th and set the fastest lap of the first half in the process after his spin. Just looking at the lap times though, I mean, mid 58s to low 59s, top to bottom in this entire field. But as we are at halfway, we're gonna check in trackside with Haley.
The story will continue to be, if I'm a betting woman, this battle for the top 3 right now. It's been fantastic, and who led a balance of that? David Gay. There's another connection to that one who was leading the majority of the race of David Gay, and that's Lucas Houle. He now finds himself inside that top 10, 10th to be specific here at the competition yellow. Lucas Houle is new to this class. He's building a foundation. He's doing so in Pro Stock side by side alongside David Gay. They've been seen pitting together, and if I am new to this class and trying to align myself with a really skilled driver, maybe I can learn a few things from. That is one incredible driver to look to in David Gay. So Lucas Houle right now, new to this class and inside the top 10, as you see on your screen.
Yeah, we call Lucas Houle a rookie, but let's not forget he was really competitive in Pro-Am side by side on the sportsman side of things. So there's an adjustment, no doubt, as the speed picks up and the talent level picks up, but Houle is going to be as tough as anybody once he finally finds his footing here in Pro Stock.
Oh yeah, when you can rub shoulders with David and get all the secrets that you possibly need to overcome quicker in this sport, you always got to lean on someone, and it's great to see. My eyes are set on these top 3 right here on this restart. Kirchmeier, Greaves, David Gay, Kosmecki, your top 4.
And much better start by David Gay than by CJ Greaves that time, although CJ able to slide back in front.
Oh, some contact down below there.
Further back, too, there's a loose wheel that is bouncing off the racetrack over by the meadow. Yeah, so Seaver's in some trouble there on that restart, and I believe it was Colin Druitt that lost a wheel. There is the wheel off of Druitt's car. So another heartbreak here for Colin Druitt. We look back up front, so no change after that restart in our top 4. There is Druitt left to just limp it off the racetrack.
Man, he either has a great day or just, man, it just bites him here at ERX Motor Park. We go back up front once again. Kirchmeier still holding off CJ Greaves as our time clock keeps winding down here in Pro Stock side-by-side.
Yeah, CJ's in a tough spot right now. We know Kirchmeier has been the class of this field all year. He's got David Gay right behind him. It's not like David Gay is going to suddenly back off, so this is going to be tough for CJ. You see Boodle now going to work on Kosmecki. That's a battle for 4th, so Boodle, great day of work after that early spin.
Yeah, he's had to work all day long here in round 7. He's just having a tough day. You see Jones in that 67. Man, Boodle getting crossed up.
Yeah, those ruts are starting to get a little bit deeper through the sand pit, through those split lanes.
Here comes CJ once again, though, Shane. He's not leaving that rear bumper of Kirchmeier.
Well, it's classic CJ, right? You just keep up that pressure, just relentless. Every corner, every lap. You just have to hope if you're CJ that eventually Cross Kirchmeier is going to make some little mistake that you can capitalize on.
Well, he's opened the door right here. CJ's going to try to go down on that inside. Kirchmeier getting a little sideways.
Yeah, that wasn't a real try at a pass, though. That was just CJ letting Cross know that he's that close.
Oh, yeah, he'll work him.
Yeah, CJ knew that that opportunity really wasn't there, but still has to make sure that just rattle the cage a little bit, right?
Yeah, you have to get in the head of the other driver. You have to put that pressure on, like you said. It's hard to really mind-boggle Kirchmeier. He's been so bad fast, but this is where CJ really picks up some speed.
Yeah, this half of the racetrack, CJ is just a little bit quicker than Kirchmeier. Meanwhile, the battle for 3rd starting to heat up as well. You saw a glimpse of the top of David Gay's car there at the top of CF Moto Hill, but here comes Jeff Boodle. Boodle right to the back bumper of David Gay.
Yeah, Boodle's a man on the move right now. Look at CJ went to the inside. Watch as he'll tiptoe his way back down to that bottom. There's grip right down on that inside.
Well, not quite enough there for CJ to get a run, as you see the local yellow out. Yeah, CJ's gonna have to yield that ground that he made up, but it seemed like Boodle closed in a little bit there on CJ.
Yeah, Boodle really didn't get out of the gas on that local caution.
Well, for now, he's still back in 3rd behind CJ. And it's getting quite a bit rougher, that left-hand side of the split lanes. CJ once again stuck in the middle, trying to hunt down Kirchmeier, trying to keep the dogs at bay.
Yeah, this is where CJ really shows a lot of strength. He gets right up to Kirchmeier, but there's just not enough grip down on that inside. He kisses the back tire again.
Well, the white flag is going to fly here for Pro Stock. CJ not going to be within striking distance here in turn 1.
Well, now if CJ Greaves has anything in his tank,
well, just as I said that, Kirchmeier found a little hole down there in turn 1 and scrubbed a little speed. So CJ is going to be able to close in once again as they go into turn 2, this tight left-hander. Man, they can just look right out each other's side windows at one another.
Yeah, this is where he's got to try to make that move. Cross has been so fast all day long. Watch as CJ Greaves might bonsai this next straightaway. See if he can get to the inside. He buttons up a little bit better here, Shane. Watch.
Yeah, CJ's been getting a great exit out of turn 3 and up and over the Yokohama flyaway.
CJ's going to go a little bit wider, dive right down to that inside, but Cross knows what's coming.
Right down to the line, the checkered flag is in hand, and Kirchmeier is going to take a 4th win on the season. CJ in 2nd. Nice bounce back for Jeff Boodle, though, to finish on the podium after that spin early on in that one. David Gay here at his hometown track will settle for 4th, so Kirchmeier able to extend his points lead by a few points in this one. As we look at the full unofficial results, another good day for Jake Kosmecki, top 5 finish. Sands, Houle, Berger, Cody Jones, all in the top 10 as well. Man, what a great battle.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
For Team Yokohama, Andrew Carlson. Andrew, this is now your second race back this season. How are you feeling now at, of course, home track?
Awesome, yeah. It was good to get out, start racing. I feel like we had a lot of practice laps coming into Crandon. Had some tough luck. The UTV was fast and good. So, yeah, excited to get the Pro 4 out here. We've been getting a lot of laps in, and it's running really good. We got all the problems that we had at Crandon, we got fixed, got new parts, and well tested. So, ready to go here and loving the track.
10 years. Can you believe it? And how fast it's gone?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I remember our first year racing, and then the next year we came right in with the new track here. So pretty excited to, come out for 10 years, and a lot of great memories, and excited now having my son racing too out here, just keep making them. So.
Obviously, this place is so special to you, and to ask you what your favorite thing about ERX is kind of a silly question, but if you could narrow it down to one thing at ERX over the years, what's your favorite thing about this track?
I would say the dirt and just what it does to the racing. I feel like it rewards the racer that wants to take a little risk and try a different line and kind of keep searching some of that snowcross background for sure. I just love that it has a mind of its own and it adapts. It's rarely the same fast line, fast lap, fast the whole race. It's kind of this ever-changing thing you got to search for, and I love that part of it. It's more than just, hey, this is where you go do it as best as you can. It takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of calculation, some different lines you got to take, and you got to work for a pass, but when it works, it's awesome.
This track, the dirt itself, it's prescription dirt, it's known as. What's the tire prescription for this weekend and the conditions you're expecting? Can you share with us what tire you're planning on running?
I'm running the Yokohama AT4. It's a Geolander. It's my go-to for a lot of the tracks. It's got a little bit softer compound, but it's still got that tough sidewall. Really hooks up. You know, we can have sand and we can have blue groove. So this track really benefits a tire that does a lot of things well. It's not a lightweight, super slick all the time, and it's not this big mod bogger. It's kind of something you'd be looking for in a daily truck too, right? It's you don't know where you're going to end up, so you want something that'll kind of take you through anything. So a big piece is getting to the end, right? Finishing the race, having no issues with the tire is number one, and that's why we pick the Geolander. And then AT4 is my choice for just the dirt we have here, and the tread pattern is awesome. I'm loving it.
I know you're excited. I'm excited. I know you are too. You can follow along with Andrew Carlson, Dallas Carlson, and the whole gang live on FloRacing, on Amazon Prime, and on Fox Sports.
Here once again in the beautiful state of Minnesota, Elk River, Minnesota to be exact, and there's your winner in Pro Stock, Cross Kirchmeier, just getting the job done once again here in round 7. We're going to go down trackside with Haley Shanley with our top 3. Take it away, Haley.
Thank you, Brent. Jeb Boodle, at one point in that race, you were back towards the back of the top 10, if not just outside of it. So what were you having to do in order to work so far forward?
Well, I kind of put myself back there. Me and David, I was going for the win, for the lead at least, and I clipped his rear bumper when he got a bad exit. He got a little sideways, and I clipped him, and that spun me right around over here by the finish line. And I was looking at all the guys going around me while I was trying to do a donut and get back going. But it sucks because I felt like we had a winning car. We had the fastest car. I hate it for the team, but at the same time, we came back, I charged, I did my best I could to get back on the podium for good points. So I'm just proud of that. I know we got a winning car, so I just got to clean up a few things, and we'll be back up there for hopefully tomorrow. So I just want to thank everybody who helps me get up here. It takes a team and to come all out here and run with these guys. So I just want to thank my family first and most, my mom, my dad, all the family and friends back at home, Jason in the pits, Polaris Razor, Max's Tires, Impact Racing Gear, Gilliman Innovations, Vision Wheel, Woodwood Brakes, Durham Town Off-Road Park, Fug 21 Fuel Additives, Freedom Race Lifts, Fox Shocks, iBox Springs, Greaves for building fast cars, and just everybody. It takes a team, and we just hopefully to charge them for that top spot tomorrow.
Great work today and way to rally back. That's Jeb Boodle. CJ Greaves. CJ, constantly, you were right on the back bumper. You were challenging for the lead throughout that one. So how are you describing the challenge that was round 7?
I'm just happy to be back in the fight. This Pro Stock's been a little bit of a struggle for us lately, and we've been throwing some stuff at it and just continuing to learn. This is a new chassis for us, and we moved a lot of weight around, so there was a lot to learn in a short amount of time. So I was happy to be back in the fight. Luckily, both Cross and I both missed Jeb when he was backwards on the front straightaway here, and we were able to work by David, and then we just knew it was going to be up to Cross and I just to fight it out there at the end. So he was running good, running a really good line. I felt like we had a little bit better car, but I wasn't about to ram him out of the way or anything. So just hats off all my crew that comes out here, my crew that couldn't make it, that pour their hearts into this thing. Matty V that decided to come out and help us out. Matt, thank you guys. Polaris Razor, Fox Shocks, Method Race Wheels, Impact Racing, Jody Hickman, Terry with Gilliman, thank you. He's been helping us with the tune here, and just anyone I forgot, thank you. And hopefully we can do it a couple more times here. Go chill out in a cold plunge for a little while and get ready for a couple more.
Thanks for another fun race. That's CJ Greaves. Cross Kirchmeier. Cross, a 4th win this year. You just keep clicking these wins away. So to do so now at ERX, especially after a thriller that was, how does this one feel?
Oh, this one's huge. We kind of struggled at Anago, kind of came back a little bit at Crandon, but qualifying went really bad yesterday. Ended up with a 6th spot. So today I was like, man, what is wrong? Is it me? Is it the car? What is it? So we just put our heads down and we're able to get some good lines. And man, battling with CJ is always a treat. He runs clean, I run clean. It's just so fun. It had the hairy moment where Jeb turned sideways in front of us. It makes it all exciting. But no, it's awesome. I'm so thankful to be able to be on top. And I have a bunch of family here this time that traveled in, family, friends, and being able to put it on top when they all make the travel out here, that means a lot.
Nicely done today.
Yeah, I always want to thank Jesus Christ for giving us all the opportunity to be out here. Not just me, but everyone. He does so much good for us. George, always mess with my shocks, and he out there spots for me. Again, my family, friends, everyone that traveled here, they're all been helping. I'm super blessed to be out here.
Nicely done. Congratulations again. That is Cross Kirchmeier, and this has been Pro Stock Side by Side.
Thank you very much, Haley, and we're going to continue to keep the races moving along. 5 more races yet in the Pro Series.
And forget if you're top by the brief very good edition garage or she be. Off-road race, something wrong.
Watch out. Free.
I will say the sweltering heat, the humidity has the kids running down there a little slower than I think we'd usually see. See Megan down there throwing some out as well. We're always stuck up here. We don't get to do the fun stuff. We don't get to throw out the swag. No one's never asked us to play beanbags. all the more reason if you're watching us on Flo or watching us on Amazon Prime, you got to find a way to make it to one of these off-road races, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's where the fun's at, right? The best in the business. You get to watch out on the racetrack. Like Shane said, you get to go home with some free merchandise. Maybe pick up a baseball player, a football player later on.
Get to walk the pits, meet your drivers. You pay your way into the facility. Pits are open for you. That's it. No separate pass, no extra ticket. Go rub elbows with your favorite drivers. We've been working with these drivers for years. We still go walk the pits and talk to our favorites.
Oh, yeah, they're so nice just to take the time out of their busy weekend. We used to get all the posters and
still got a bunch somewhere.
T-shirts. Oh,
yeah, old
absolutely.
hats. Got a hat covered in autographs from some more obscure names that I hold on to. Treasured piece of memorabilia for me. But you see what's next. They are staged, just about ready to hit the racetrack. Pro Light coming at you next here at the ERX Off-Road National. Stay tuned.
We don't just formulate UTV lubricants. We validate them under real-world stress and intense dyno testing. We push these machines in the field, log the data, then recreate and exceed those conditions in the lab. After rigorous testing, we tear them down and inspect every critical component. From the trail, to the rocks, to the job site, AMSOIL UTV products are tested, proven, and ready to protect.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
Back once again at ERX Motor Park. There you see Michael Funk making his way onto the racetrack. I'm sure people remember the dramatic series of events he went through just 1 year ago here at ERX.
Yeah, on one of our no-touch zone jumps, and man, he took a tumble. When that truck caught there on the right side, just destroyed that thing.
Yeah, you probably don't need me to tell you, but the truck he's racing now, not the same truck. That one was cut up and parted out as best they could. But he is back, ready to do battle. You look at your Yokohama top qualifier, Connor Berry. Fastest on qualifying day yesterday. And then he pulled a 2 invert, so he'll get to start on the front row. You can't really have a better qualifying day than that. We take a look at our lineup here for Pro Light. Six trucks in the field for this one. Travis Milhausen Jr. from Waverly, Minnesota will start on the pole. Fresh off his first career podium in Pro 2 just a few moments ago. He will be alongside the Yokohama top qualifier, Connor Berry. Row 2 will be Matt Wood and Michael Funk. Row 3 will be Marcus Catlin, one of the rookies in Pro Light, and Joey Machosik. And unfortunately, the other rookie in the field, Sam Rasmussen, big crash yesterday on practice day, not able to make it for this one.
Well, right now we're asking if you're friends with Brett Kicker, come up to the announcer booth, please, as soon as you can. Thank you very much. Well, Shane, this is where it's going to get hot and heavy here. 6 Pro Lights ready to take the green flag at ERX Motor Park. Here we go.
And a really good start there by Travis Milhausen Jr. just gave Barry a face full of roost. Now Wood and Barry tangling up a little bit. And you saw they entered that no-touch zone, and they both just backed off a little bit.
Boy, Millhausen coming in a little hot and heavy, goes really, really wide. Now Matt Wood goes to the bottom.
Used up every inch of the racetrack. Wood's trying to muscle his way past Connor Barry. Funk hanging with all three of those drivers. Already we're going to see drivers experimenting, some going high, some going low here.
Man, look at them just bottoming out, coming out of that rhythm section. There's only so much travel on these pro lights. 12 inches of shock travel in the front, 14 in the rear. And I'm telling you, from firsthand experience, you can feel everything in these trucks.
Not only that, but they're narrow and they will fight you at every turn. As Barry goes out into the K-rail. He is lucky that he's still got air in that right rear tire. That was a hard hit. Then Barry overjumps the finish line jump, but that's going to put Millhausen Jr. out front.
I'm seeing something wrong with Connor Barry. The rear end of that truck, the whole suspension is collapsed on the bed. Watch as he goes over the jump. Watch that right rear right there. Definitely sucked right down.
Oh, and Millhausen spun all by himself, and it's a parking lot down there.
Joey Machosik came in and just slammed him as well.
Yeah, I think Machosik was already on the brakes. There's just nothing he can do about it. So we do know that Barry is driving a wounded truck right now with that right rear suspension damage. There you see the truck really unhappy about those roller jumps.
Yeah, it had to be the contact.
Machosik right behind Barry got all crossed up coming into the split lanes. You see Funk flying past Barry. Connor's just going to stay out there and try to make some laps. Let's go back and take a look. That was a dramatic lap here for the pro lights.
Yeah, we'll see what happened here.
Barry just drifted a little bit wide. That's a hard hit. Yeah.
That's what happened. He hit that and it racked the whole rear end right over. And it collapsed that shock, maybe that oil carrier, and then he took another lick in the same side.
And Millhausen all by himself goes around. That's going to put Funk out front.
Oh, Matt Wood goes around.
I was about to correct myself and say Wood was out front, but then right on cue, he goes around. This race is all kinds of topsy-turvy.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen here, especially through the split lanes. Look at him dancing back and forth.
Somehow Connor Barry still fighting that truck every inch of this racetrack. At least for the moment, running in second.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, Shane. You're going to end up upside down. That suspension is not dropping out.
Yeah, you can't hit these, especially the bigger jumps. You can't really go full song over those. So that's going to put Machosik now into second. And what a story this season for Joey Machosik. Lost a motor down in Wheatland. Comes back with a new LS motor package. Wins a race in Anigo. Lost the motor in Crandon. Now he's running a motor that was loaned to him by Connor Barry. And then Joey Machosik yesterday in practice qualifying was having fuel delivery issues. And there was about 12 guys in his pit last night all trying to figure it out, including you and me. We're over there trying to help him out.
I know, we're over there making different noises, trying to see what a good pump to a bad pump sounds like, but it looks like they got things figured out. It went from full fuel pressure to nothing, so 70 pounds down to 0. So Joey was kind of worried about what would happen in this race day, but man, he finds himself in second.
Man, look at Connor Barry just soldier on and try to fight that truck all the way around this track.
Yeah, I think his spotter got on the radio and just told him to just take it easy. You don't want to end up destroying the rest of that ride. So now we'll see if Joey Machosik can start turning things on here before this halfway.
Yeah, and what a way for Funk to put the crash from last year behind him. Leading some laps early on, as you see now. Catlin going to battle there with Matt Wood. Marcus, a rookie here in Pro Light.
Yeah, Matt Wood just kicking himself in the rear, just pretty bummed out of over-rotating in this back section.
I was so stoked talking to Marcus Catlin after Crandon, where he made his debut in that truck just a couple weeks ago. I remember he told us something to the effect of, like, for years and years, all he wanted to do was race Pro Light. He said, I wasn't going to stop till I got here. He said, I'm having the time of my life. He went out and ran at the back at Crandon. He said it was the most fun moments in his life.
Yeah, that's what's so awesome. Just see the excitement. They are fun to drive. They're an animal, but I tell you, once you tame it, it's so much fun to just carry your speed in these pro lights. As Joey Machosik still trying to hunt down Michael Funk in that 77.
Millhausen Jr. after his early spin back up into third. Wood has now gotten past Barry as well. So another lap in the books here for Michael Funk. cool to see Funk flying the American 250 on the doors just a few days removed from Independence Day.
Oh yeah, his paint scheme matches it perfectly as he just bypasses that dry slick on the bottom. He's been quick enough. He knows how to win. Took him a while to get his first win, but once he felt that, he knows he's in the right direction.
Yeah, 4 years into his pro-like career is how long it took after being a world champion in mod kart and short course kart before that. Look at this, Millhausen Jr. starting to creep in a little bit on Joey Machosik.
Good to have Millhausen back in the field.
Oh, Millhausen a little bit crossed up coming off that jump off the top of CF Moto Hill. Green flag still out, so at least another lap until we get to that mid-race caution. Oh, and a big puff of smoke there out of Millhausen's truck.
Yeah, I don't know, just eating a little bit too much of the roost there behind Machosik. Tiptoeing their way through one more time. Joey's still holding on to that runner-up spot so far. Just bonsaiing off of that jump.
I think watching Travis Millhausen Jr. in a pro light, you can just watch him by himself, and it's a good time. I mean, we know that, you know as well as anybody, you have to drive it as hard as you possibly can to get the truck to do anything close to what you want it to. And that's the only speed I think Millhausen's ever known in pro light.
Oh yeah, he's always wide open, and he definitely performs well as we come to that halfway point this time by. We'll see what Travis Millhausen Jr. can do in this second half, but Joey Machosik, what a bounce back for him.
Yeah, and I did see that Connor Berry was still on the racetrack, but just driving around about 25% speed at this point. So a good start to round 7 here for Michael Funk. For more on Michael, let's check in with Haley, who is trackside.
There are a few forces behind what we're seeing from Michael Funk, is that they've been dealing with some transmission issues leading up to this weekend. There's been some slipping occurring within that transmission, so they were actually given a test lap earlier today. He said the truck was flawless. They also switched tire brands. They're now on Kenda tires. You see that race-leading truck of Michael Funk, but what he's actually racing for today is something bigger than racing. Just last weekend, tragedy struck. His uncle suddenly passed away, so today he says, I'm racing for my uncle. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to have your head in the game racing under these circumstances. So you see this brilliant performance, and there's more going on under the helmet as he races to honor his late uncle in this race today.
Well, our sympathies go out to him and his family, and it's great. You know, anytime you can capitalize and get a win for someone, he's got a little angel riding with him today. And he's been fast all season long, like we said many of times. It's just, you got to keep it together, and especially when the track starts to rip apart, it's hard in these pro lights to keep them on the wheels.
Yeah, I was just about to say, as this race gets into the later stages, especially the last few laps here, the track's going to come apart more and more, and there comes a point where, as a driver, you're less fighting the other drivers and more just starting to fight the truck, especially like we've said in pro light.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see who can get to the finish line first in this second half. Here we go, it's Funk, Machosik, Millhausen Jr., your top 3.
Right away, Millhausen gets to the bedside of Machosik. More smoke there out of Millhausen's truck. It's coming right out of that left rear, so that might just be fiberglass rubbing on the tire.
I guarantee it's not gonna hold him back. He'll drive that thing till the wheels fall off.
Another little tap there on the bedside of Machosik. Look at Funk, though, just accelerate away from everybody else.
Yeah, he's not looking back. There's no rear view mirror for him. He's just focusing on what's in front of him. Machosik bonsaiing off that Yokohama tire flyaway again. Millhausen looking to the inside of Machosik. He's going to have that better line up top, Machosik.
Oh, Millhausen carries out a little bit wide. Wow, that was a full send over that tabletop jump by Millhausen.
Yeah, he flat landed it as we see more of that bend side rubbing on the tire, I believe.
Yeah, that's nothing that's going to slow him down. There you go, another little shove on Machosik.
You heard it on our camera right when they entered there. Millhausen just gave it a little bit on that entry, and it brought him right up alongside of Machosik, but Machosik got a better run on the outside.
Well, this is going to be the battle to watch, at least for the time being. Millhausen now dives down to the bottom. Barely missed the tractor tire on the inside. He put a nice run together, but just not enough speed coming up that Yokohama flyaway.
Machosik still holding on in that 51. There's Millhausen again trying to get to the door.
I don't know, that smoke might be coming out of the hub on Millhausen's truck. Now that we got to look at it from the reverse angle there.
I'll have to see right here. It really shows smoke, maybe an axle seal starting to go.
Well, we didn't see as much of it that time. Look at Millhausen, just still flat out flying all the way around this racetrack.
It's got to be so good for him, right? You come out of that Pro 2, which is faster than the Pro Lights. So you just feel like you can just drive the wheels off these Pro Lights, but you got to be patient. You got to respect the truck.
Well, Matt Wood not going down without a fight here either. He wants that final podium spot away from Millhausen. Funk starting to run away and hide once again from Machosik and the rest of the gang.
Yeah, Machosik's opened up some more breathing room as well over Millhausen Jr.
Yeah, Wood's starting to close in on Millhausen just a few feet at a time here.
There's some more smoke out of Millhausen, just a little puff going through that infield section. Now listen to Joey Machosik dipping in and out of the throttle.
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 are really starting to tighten up. Oh, as you see Wood getting all out of shape. I think both sides of the split lane at this point pretty well chewed up. As our clock is about to expire, and that means the white flag will be out next time by.
Yeah, your eyes are telling me you're right, Shane. The white flag is going to be displayed.
See if Michael Funk can pick up Pro Light win number 2 after picking up his first win back in round 4 at Anigo.
There's Michael Funk now. Still holding on to his own here. There's that gap right in front of you, about 10, 12 car lengths to be exact. Look at Funk just running that outside.
Ever since that issue for Barry, it's been all Michael Funk in this one. Wood trying to get alongside Millhausen. Last lap battle for the final podium spot. Millhausen's going to get the upper hand as they come through the split lanes. Look at those two just crossing over one another. Wood's going to try the top side as we look back up front. One last time taking flight for Michael Funk.
Man, he's going to be a happy race car driver if he can finesse this final turn here. His eyes are going to be set on that checkered flag. Round 7 winner, the 77, Michael Funk.
Well, it took him 4 years to get career win number 1, and then career win number 2 comes just 3 rounds later. And what a way to fight through even more adversity for Joey Machosik. We didn't even talk about in the story about Joey that they were putting the motor in that truck on Thursday night. They put the motor in, loaded it up, and then drove straight here.
Yeah, what a great drive.
A lot of fight in that team. And great to have Travis Millhausen Jr. back out there in the fight as well. Matt Wood will settle for a 4th, and Marcus Catlin, top 5 finish for him, and showing some speed, starting to figure that truck out a little bit. Remember, that's only his 3rd race here in Pro Light.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, as is all of our race car drivers here this weekend. We're going to step away, and we'll be back with a lot more racing right after this.
Every day at Premier, we're building something special. A place to discover, to connect, and where memories are made. That's because at Premier, we're not just building the world's best pontoons. We're building your pontoon. Visit pontoons.com to learn more. Premier, we go beyond.
Companies is your landscaping headquarters. From decorative mulch and rock to premium hardscapes and natural stone, we have it all. Need black dirt or record-setting garden mixes? We've got those too, plus top quality sand and road base. Order online 24/7 and our fleet of over 50 trucks will deliver right to you. Or stop by and explore the area's largest selection, now showcased in our new material bins. And make sure to check out Minnesota's largest outdoor showroom. Live life outdoors with Playstick Companies.
For over 40 years, Elk River Exteriors has been your trusted local contractor for roofing, siding, windows, gutters right here in Minnesota. We are a family-owned business. We do things differently because to us, every home is personal. We are not a big corporation where you're just another customer. When you contact us, you will get in contact with a real person who cares about your home, your problem, and will get you a solution. Whether we're replacing your roof, upgrading your siding, installing energy-efficient windows, we approach every project with care and quality craftsmanship as if it was our own home. We know that protecting your home is one of the biggest investments you'll make, so if you're looking for a company that puts your needs first, we would love to work with you. Call us today or follow us on our Instagram to see some of our recent projects.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
Here at the ERX Off-Road National. Big celebration there from Michael Funk. Definitely emotional after the loss of his uncle not long ago. Big family hug there as well. No doubt a win that means a lot to that family. And let's go back and take a look at how we got here.
Yeah, it was a great, exciting race here to start off. We had some contact there with Connor Berry and Matt Wood. That's where Funk kind of just tried to reel those guys in, just holding his own in fourth, and Berry hit that K-rail hard and shoved that whole rear end over.
Did a bunch of damage to that, especially the right rear suspension. He was eventually relegated to just running around at the back, and then Milhausen spun all by himself while leading, and then Matt Wood spun all by himself while leading, and that's what handed the lead over to Michael Funk. And Funk would never give up the lead after that. Milhausen Jr. trying to fight his way through the field, putting all kinds of pressure on Machosik, but that was about as close as he got right there. When it all settled at the end, Michael Funk with career Pro Light win number 2 just a few weeks after career win number 1. And with that, we're going to go down to the podium. Our top 3 from Pro Light standing by to chat with Haley.
Thank you, Shane. Travis Milhausen, I overheard you talking about your race with your fellow competitors here. This one was action-packed, so can you describe your journey to the podium this afternoon?
It was a drive. I mean, ever since we spun out, the truck was 50% if that. It was bad, but drove the wheels off of it and just try to keep it clean, and I knew I'm fast. I knew I had the speed. Haven't driven this truck since Wheatland pretty much, so just to hop in, back in it, and get a podium is awesome.
This speed that we know you're capable of, is this something you're going to be able to bring back to us tomorrow?
For sure. Hopefully even better.
We look forward to that. Nicely done today.
Couldn't thank all my sponsors, all my team. Couldn't do it without them and my family. They put their hearts and their souls into this.
A lot of love for this guy down here, one of our local runners, Travis Milhausen. Joey Machosik, how much of a payoff does this feel like after all of the work that you and the team continue to do on this truck?
Yeah, it feels good to finish the race. Temps were good, engine's okay. It just feels good to get out there and do it again. Like we put a new motor in for Anago, blew it up in qualifying, so it feels great.
Nicely done. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I just want to give it up to my crew. we were putting this motor in on Wednesday. We got it at 2 o'clock, got to the track that night at like 2 in the morning. I want to give a big shout out to Clint Berry from CBR Radiators. He lent us his motor. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be out here. So thank you to CBR and his whole family. Yokohama Tires, JDK Synthetics, Muskego Crane Service, Big Sky Crane. Thank you guys.
This guy and this team, they never quit. That's Joey Machosik. Michael Funk, we know the sentimental value of this one. Your uncle, a great man and a great supporter of yours. So can you even begin to put into words what this win means to you? We know you're racing for him today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speechless. It couldn't have been any better. I mean, I can't thank him enough, and I know he was looking over me today and cheered me on, and he definitely helped with this win, so I can't thank him enough, and we miss him so much, so yeah, it was great.
We continue to have you and your family in our thoughts. Well, another element to this racing today, the hat, Kenda Tires. I want to acknowledge this. This is a big change for you. How confident were you in that decision, and how proud are you to see it pay off today?
Yeah, they were definitely hooked up out there. I didn't feel like I was going to spin out at all compared to some other guys looping it in the 180, so they were awesome out there, definitely hooked up and definitely got me through the sand section, that treacherous sand section, so that was awesome. Yeah, can't thank them enough. They definitely got a good groove on that, and hopefully we'll carry the same speed in tomorrow and get another win.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Michael Funk, winner for ProLite.
And congratulations, Michael. Hard-fought, meaningful win for him and the team. And real quick, for those of you here with us at the racetrack, if you are a friend of Brett Kicker, please come up to the announcing booth. If you are a friend of Brett Kicker, please come up to the announcing booth. Please and thank you. Well, more racing on the way in just a new workwear, workwear.com, and 10 at checkout $10 on your first $50 or more. So great to have Brunt supporting everything we do here at Champ. Win a free pair of given away every day of racing. All you have to do is Brunt boot in front of it, put it on inside. Brunt workwear, Brunt off-road boots. Also make sure when you're down at the, stop by the AMSOIL booth. Of a free AMSOIL product, protected or the wheel. And no purchase necessary while supplies last. AMSOIL has to offer machines running. May as well stop by the. We hope that you'll survey. You a free Champ off-road the fridge at home. I think, but sacred place vegetables. I think it would look great. Some beer fridges. And if you spend over 100 at the Champ merch trail, take either a Champ, definitely come in an ice cold Arnold, or a Champ place to store all the around the pits talking. That's at the Champ merch trail. Last, but I know they have a whole hand down there. With that, we're going to go back to the podium for us.
I got a little competition here, guys. We've got our two contestants. Come on over. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Joe Elk River. Casey Big Lake.
All right, and behind you guys are two VP fuel cans filled with water and two empty glasses in front of you. Pretty simple game. Whoever fills it up first without overflowing is your winner. We'll go on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh boy. Oh, I think we got less overflow out of green. So we're gonna have your winner right here is gonna take home that Champ Off-Road cooler. But everyone's a winner at Champ Off-Road, so even a swag bag here for our second place finisher. Thank you, guys.
And I tell you what, with good work like that, there's got to be a few pit crews out there looking at those guys, and they've got the skills to make it happen. So cool. Like I said earlier today, you come to a Champ Off-Road race and don't walk away with something free, whether it's from the swag toss or from your favorite drivers or from one of our many fun games throughout the afternoon. You're doing this fan experience way the wrong way. I know Brent and I have posters and signed hats and pieces of fiberglass from years gone by. Stuff our parents loved when we would bring home, right?
Yeah, you just hope they didn't throw it away after you weren't at home for a while, because I know my dad and mom, they would be like, okay, when's enough?
I've got a good one for you. I have a piece of purple fiberglass from a bedside that's signed Jack Flannery, 96 champ.
Wow.
It's a good keepsake, huh?
Yeah, don't get rid of that one.
Yeah, definitely one I'm going to hold on to. See a little bit of shade starting to befall the seating area here at ERX Motor Park. Also see a lot of people that have just been camped out in the meadow all day long as well. Beautiful hardwood shade tree section of the seating area. They're in for a treat. We've been looking forward to this one. The drive out here to Minnesota, Brent, you and I were talking about Pro Buggy is going to be another good one both days this weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's always fun to watch these open-wheel cars get down and do business. And, man, the field has just been stacked year after year now, and it's fun to not know who's going to win at any given time.
Well, here's your lineup for Pro Buggy Round 7. Billy Booth and Mark Aristini Steinhardt on the front row. Cole Bernlohr and Jordan Bernlohr in row number 2. Tony Keepers and Jaden Uribe in row 3. Row 4 will be Ryan Schwalbe and the points leader, Michael Meister. Jaden Lemke and Chase Garrer will be in row 5. Logan Christensen and Bo Ambos in row 6. Ryan Mottinger and Kai Graff will be in the 7th row, and making his season debut in the number 43, Kevin Gladman will start 15th in this one. Definitely a ton of talent. And go figure, look at your Yokohama top qualifier. One of the hometown heroes, Jordan Bernlohr, set the fastest time in qualifying on Friday afternoon. Second fastest qualifier, by the way, his brother Cole, who gets to start on the front row alongside him, or in the second row, alongside him.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's great to see, especially for them, for their hometown race. A lot of friends and family just trying to support them this weekend for rounds 7 and 8 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. This one's going to be a wild one, I believe.
Yeah, so many drivers in this field have already found some success in Pro Buggy, whether it's competing for championships, winning races, finishing on the podium. A couple of fun rookies in the field as well.
Well, here we go. Billy Booth, Martin Steinhardt going to lead us to the first turn. We'll see how they all shake out.
Well, looks like a good clean start. Everybody able to navigate turn 1. And Booth is going to lead us all down into turn 2, this hard left-hander. Oh, we've got one crossed up. That is Jaden Uribe. So he's going to go all the way to the back of the field. Early on, a lot of drivers favoring that outside line through the split lanes. They did push some dirt around through those split lanes during track prep, so beautiful racetrack, at least here on lap 1 for these Pro Buggies.
Yeah, and it's been a challenge for our track operators to get this track in prime shape. They know what to do, but anytime you start off with Pro 2 with all that horsepower, it tears into this soil, but it seems to be sticking down on that inside now.
One lap in the books. Billy Booth showing the way around. It's Booth, Steinhardt, Jordan Bernlohr, Cole Bernlohr. And I think Michael Meister was just able to get past Tony Keepers. That would be a pass for 5th if he could close the door.
Trying to keep those RPMs up in that 180. There's Bernlohr trying to work on Steinhardt. Kind of got forced in that outside line.
We're going to fly along with Michael Meister. 4 straight wins. Clean sweep at Antigo, went to Crandon to the big track. Had a clean sweep there as well. look back toward the front. Jordan Bernlohr starting to reel in Mark Steinhardt as they head to the top of CF Moto Hill. We knew that the Bernlohr brothers were going to be as tough as nails here at ERX Motor Park. They have been the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're really filed together very nicely, especially at these long, wide open tracks. Excited to watch them at Bark River and Fall Crandon again. Flying off the back side of this race facility. Boy, Billy Booth, I pick him a lot though, Shane. He's just done the work. He's been around a long, long time. Him and his father wrench on these cars non-stop. Bernlohr getting a little crossed up, coming back towards the rhythm section. Oh, Billy Booth into big trouble.
Yeah, caught the end of that berm and definitely went upside down. You can see some heavy damage on the front end of that car. Lost his roof as well. Looks like he's able to continue on.
Man, oh man, leading this race, put himself upside down.
How about it? That puts the legend, Mark Steinhardt, out front. Steiny was third fastest in qualifying on Friday.
Well, let's take another look, Shane, at what happened to Billy Booth. Oh, he just caught that inside barrier. Man, he went over hard.
3 full rollovers back down to the wheels, and he did at least initially continue on. I'm not sure if he's still on the racetrack. We look back to the front.
He's all the way back into 12.
Yeah, so
14th now.
I think Booth might have pulled in because he lost his roof. What did you see, Brent?
Oh, it looked like Michael Meister got crossed up, as well as Tony Keepers. They came through that split lane section. They made contact, and there was nowhere to go.
Well, like we've seen in a couple races already, this one's starting to come apart at the seams early on. Steiny still able to hold the point in front of Jordan Bernlohr.
Green flag still out this time by a lot of racing left in this Pro Buggy division. Can the veteran get the job done here in round 7?
Oh, he is going to have his hands full here with Jordan Bernlohr. Meister into a podium spot in third.
That little bobble there right by Steiny costing him that inside, but he might have a better drive, and Bernlohr made a little hiccup.
Yeah, just enough drive off the top side for Steinhardt. Able to stay in front for now. Man, what a run so far for Steinhardt. A racing career that's spanned over 35 years. Here he is leading Pro Buggy.
Man, it seems like yesterday I was watching him in 1600 single buggy. So cool to see him out behind the wheel still.
I was an elementary school kid, and I used to watch Mark Steinhardt win buggy races, and now I'm almost 40 years old. We're seeing Mark Steinhardt on his way, at least leading so far here in Pro Buggy.
Oh yeah, Bernlohr almost landed on the back side of Steinhardt. And Bernlohr has a lot of respect, right?
Oh, for sure.
He's not going to just go in there and punt him out of the way. He's getting a good drive on that outside. Look at him creep back down to that inside berm.
Steiny crosses him over. Tried to just take a little bit of that line away. Now Bernlohr trying the top side through turn 3. Steinhardt with a really nice drive off the bottom, though.
Yeah, Steiny knows. He knows where he wants to go, and sometimes he'll play a little defense ahead of time. Knowing that inside's open, Steinhardt just holding that bottom side so far. Green flag still out once again as they're going by what will be our finish line. Bernlohr brothers have just been so dominant the last couple years, showing so much speed.
Oh, Jordan Bernlohr coming down a little nose heavy there. That time Steiny leaves the door open. Now Steinhardt's going to try to cross back to the bottom, but Bernlohr able to take that line away, and Jordan Bernlohr takes over the lead here in Pro Buggy.
Yeah, that hesitation by Bernlohr helped him out on exit over Steinhardt. You see Steiny now moving back about 5-6 cars.
Look who's starting to creep up on Steinhardt. It's Michael Meister, trying to keep that 4-race win streak alive. There's a good look at the Ponzi machine of Michael Meister.
Hey, he's not that far back. He's going to have this halfway point coming out this time by, so he'll get a little breather.
Meanwhile, it looks like we have lost Tony Keepers. So Jaden Lemke now up into the top 4. That is a great day for Jaden Lemke in the number 10 car. And Chase Guerrer will be 5th here at halfway.
Yeah, that's a big shakeup in our top 5. That's cool to see.
Yeah, Booth was out of this one earlier. Remember, he rolled over. Cole Bernlohr having some early issues as well.
Boy, you can't say enough about Jordan Bernlohr, though. Just working it, working that inside, trying to do what he can do as we're going to go down with Haley Shanley. What do you have for us?
Well, I know that there are no guarantees in off-road racing, but history would suggest that since 2023, in fact, Bernlohr has been on the podium at every single ERX round dating back to 2023. Between Jordan Bernlohr and his brother Cole Bernlohr, we've seen 3 wins, 2 second places, and a 3rd place finish. So again, there are no guarantees, but it seems to me that it's pretty convincing that we could see another Bernlohr on the podium here again today to keep this streak alive for the family.
Yeah, everything kind of falling into his hands. And, you know, looking back at that first half, Brent, the word that comes to mind regarding Jordan Bernlohr is just patience. Had a couple of chances where he could have pushed the issue on Steiny and moved him over a little bit. But like you said, too much respect there. You don't want to do that to Steinhardt. Waited till he saw the opportunity and picked the perfect moment.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do, right, Shane? You don't want to punt anybody, and that's why we love to watch the respect that they have for one another. I mean, it's pretty hard to rattle the cage of Steinhardt, and he just took his time, picked it apart, and finds himself up front here. It's going to be a strong second half here.
Jordan Bernlohr is going to lead us back to the green flag. 3:40 left on the race clock, so a long way to go in this one. Pro Buggy Part 2 is underway.
See if Michael Meister can button up into the back of Steinhardt to start this second half.
Look at Bernlohr, way wide on entry into turn 2. Meister showing a wheel there to the inside of Steinhardt. Remember 10 years ago when Michael Meister got started, he was kind of under Steiny's wing and pitted alongside him, so that was kind of the genesis of his career in Pro Buggy.
Yeah, it's cool to see him progress and move forward. Michael Meister, when he gets out front, it's really tough to catch him. He's had to go to work all day long here in round 7. It's not going to be easy to get around Steiny.
Lemke now creeping back up on Meister just a little bit at the top of CF Moto USA Hill. Look at Bernlohr just pull away from everybody else. Gained about 1.2 seconds on everybody on that first lap after the restart.
Man, they really got a double turn going through that first turn here on this racetrack. Starting to get torn up a little bit more each and every lap. See Bernlohr make a little bobble there once again, grabbing the right gear.
I think it's just starting to get that chewed up. See through this split lane, the sand pit as it's been called. Starting to get rougher and rougher as this race goes on.
Boy, Lemke having a good drive, not losing a lot of gap to Michael Meister. I've been keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, pretty good pace by Chase Guerrer in that 5th spot as well. Guerrer running a partial schedule this year. Put together a new to him car in the offseason. Fun to see some fresh faces up there in the top 5.
Yeah, I was following his social media for quite a while. He put a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to be out here this season like a lot of other drivers do. And Bernlohr just showing the way around here late. About a minute and a half to go in this race, Shane, and you can see that blue groove starting to develop. We've seen it multiple times this weekend. But that's the challenges and the risk you got to take here to be out front.
How about Steinhardt starting to pull away a little bit from Michael Meister here in the late stages? Meister actually starting to fall back into the clutches of Guerrer and Lemke.
Look at Gear now on that outside, going to try to make the pass stick.
I think something's going wrong for Meister at this point.
I think he's got toe problems there in the front end. His right front looks like it's towed out. Take another look as he comes down this hill, and yeah, he's going in. Oh, he's got a left rear flat as well.
Yeah, so all kinds of issues for Meister. He goes into the hot pit. That is 2 laps to go that time by. And that's going to put Chase Gare into a podium spot.
Wow.
Trying to pick up his first podium here in Pro Buggy.
Like I said, finish first. First you have to finish, and I'm telling you, he's putting himself in a great position to finish on the top 3. Rebay there in that number 3, still holding on to 5th.
Yeah, good run for Jaden so far. It's the battle of the Jadens. Lemke and Uribe side by side as they go into turn 3.
Boy, we've seen that top line really play to your advantage if you can get the drive through that split lane. A couple more turns to go. We should be seeing the white flag that time by.
Lemke trying to work his way back around to Uribe. Steiny has all kinds of breathing room running in second. See Jordan Bernlohr has built up a 4-second lead over everybody else.
I see Michael Meister, he's about to go a lap down from Jordan Bernlohr, but if I was Michael Meister, you got to try to stay ahead of him.
You never know.
There's a lot of points.
Yeah, you know, if you can stay on the lead lap too, you never know if a caution might come out. Well, it looks like Bernlohr was able to put him a lap down, so not worth pushing the pace too much there for Meister.
Yeah, and he knew as the leader was coming. He wasn't going to do anything to take him or Bernlohr out. As you can see, that gap Bernlohr is just built up.
Absolutely dominant here in round 7. Jordan Bernlohr is going to take the win in Pro Buggy. His first win on the season. Steinhardt across the line in second. And Chase Gare is going to hold on for his first Pro Buggy podium. Gare was an FIA Rally Star competitor, got to race in Italy as part of the FIA Rally Star program back in 2023, and putting all that expertise to use here in Pro Buggy.
It's great to have him out in our series, and man, what a phenomenal run by Chase.
How about the old dog, Steiny, leading some laps in this one. Great run for Steinhardt, but man, Jordan Bernlohr just not to be denied. Yokohama top qualifier on Friday. Set the fastest lap of the race in this one, so he'll be the top qualifier for round 8 as well. Doesn't get much better than that if you're Jordan Bernlohr here at your hometown track.
Yeah, dominating run once again. I feel like I've said that about 3-4 times today so far, and that's what this track does. It creates great racing. As we look at our replay, Billy Booth had a good lead, about 6-7 car lengths, hit that inside berm, and man, we didn't get to see it right away live, but when they showed the replay like they did just right there, and that's scary, and he got back underway, but a little too late for Billy Booth, finishing the last place spot.
Yeah, tough day for Billy Booth. He'll retool and come back swinging tomorrow as a fist pump from Jordan Bernlohr as he pulls up after coming out victorious here in round number 7. We'll take a quick break here from ERX Motor Park and hear from the top 3 in Pro Buggy on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
So the owner of JB Steel Erectors, which is the installer in the field, and I'm the owner of Jimmy Henderson Motorsports, which runs a Pro 4 Champ Off-Road team. So what led me to consider AMSOIL for commercial business was the performance on the track. Like I said, we were having issues with motors expiring too early and gears wearing out, and we found AMSOIL and it corrected those issues. And just got to thinking, you know, we're having issues with weld machines, we're having issues with forklifts, and just not getting the mileage out of them, and the motors are having to be rebuilt before expected. So we were trying to figure out how do we keep our maintenance costs down and how do we keep our equipment costs down, and AMSOIL's helped us do that.
adventure ready, freedom to go further. At Polaris, we have a history of making history. 40 years, and still redefining what's possible. This is the Sportsman 570 40th Anniversary Edition. Sportsman, legendary tough.
Back once again at the ERX Off-Road National. Pro Buggy just put on one heck of a show, kind of a topsy-turvy race in that one. Let's go back and try to unpack what we saw in Pro Buggy round number 7. Billy Booth off like a rocket on that start.
Yeah, he didn't seem to look back in the beginning. He looked to have that clean air, doing his own thing, and then he got a little crossed up and caught that inside berm and sent him upside down about 3-4 times. Then we seen more contact back in the field.
Yeah, a little bit later on, that was Tony Keepers and Michael Meister. Both those two able to soldier on. Then it was a long time coming, but finally Jordan Bernlohr able to get an opportunity to cleanly pass Mark Steinhardt. Got the job done, and he would run away to the victory. A little bit later on, Meister had to go into the hot pit as well. He ended up a lap down when it was all said and done. Chase Gare able to hold on for his first ever podium in Pro Buggy. Certainly a day he will remember. That's what we saw just a moment ago in Pro Buggy. Now we've got the top 3 from that one down at the podium, and Haley standing by to get the story.
Thank you, Shane. Chase Gare, you bring a lot of expertise and apparently heat to this class, now first Pro Buggy podium. What's this like?
Talk about heat. I gotta thank all these fans for coming out here in the heat to watch us put on an amazing show. These guys put on a master class. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, this is my first pro podium. It's just like every one of these kids sitting here is a dream come true to me. It's often for guys like these, but it's unbelievable to be here.
How do you plan to build on this tomorrow?
Well, we'll see where we start tomorrow. We came from 10th to back all the way up to 3rd, so we'll see what we can do. The whole goal is just to push forward.
Great job on that first podium.
Thank you. I got to thank Willow Mountain Lumber LLC, Tire Agent Motorsports, Freeze, U-Rail LLC, a whole bunch of people who helped me from a tiny little town of 300 in Montana. Got to thank them. So thanks to my wonderful wife, my awesome crew, Taylor and Cody, my parents watching at home. Thank all of you guys.
Wow, making the hard charge and the long haul. That's Chase Gare. Mark Steinhardt. A great race from you. You kept the pressure on. I want to know, what did this round require of you?
A lot of stamina that I don't have. Racing these young kids, I just turned 61 this year, and I'm happy I can stay out there, and I'm very happy I can stay competitive. So it was an awesome race. After Billy rolled down here, I was a little tentative going into that rhythm section. I didn't want to make any mistakes, and Jordan was fast through there and got me, and he drove a hell of a race. So a lot of fun. The track here is awesome. They do an awesome job here. Every year we've been here, it's awesome. So hats off to the track crew. I got to thank Argonne Lumber, everybody that helps me out, Glenn Matthews, my nephew Jake, my great nephew Henry for coming over, and see what we can do tomorrow. Hopefully we can be back up here.
Congratulations. That's Mark Steinhardt, one of the best to ever do it and still at it. Jordan Bernlohr, I see the smile as you're walking up here. I think your words were finally. So let's embrace this moment. And how good does this win feel at the home race?
Oh, I mean, it feels incredible. I hold our whole team. We hold ourselves to a really high standard, and I've made my mistakes, and I really wanted to get this done. And so it's even better to be able to do it in front of our hometown. Like, we have so many friends and family here. I want to say thank you to everyone at ERX. I say this every year, but I love ERX, baby!
This guy loves ERX. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to thank, first and foremost, of course, my family. Jay Spreck, Race Prep, he does all of our race prep. He actually was my spotter. I saw my brother had an issue, so I'm not sure what happened to him. Hope he has a better day tomorrow, because he's been fast all year. First off, my mom, my dad, my wife, every single person who helps us, and then Pro Credit Indoors, Quality Contour, Shark Club, hand-cooked tires. Truly, it's such a big team effort, and it feels so good. Oh, and anyone here, so if you guys bring a ERX wristband any day at Pro Kart Indoors in Burnsville, we will, before August 1st, we will give you a free race. So come on out. It's where I got to get my start. Same with my brother, and it's awesome.
Say less, I'll see you there. Congratulations, that's Jordan Bernlohr, winner for Pro Buggy Round 7.
Man, so cool to see the emotion there from those three in Pro Buggies. We're gonna watch them pop some champagne bottles. Man, that's why we love Pro Buggy, right? Mix of fun drivers on the rise and established veterans.
Yeah, it's great to see Steiny still on the podium.
Yeah, truly, so many drivers can win in that class. I loved what Steiny said too about he's happy that he can still do it at 61 years old and be competitive.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's so cool to see. Well, now Shane, look at, we're gonna have a little bit of a swag toss once again, and if you want to get your free merchandise, now's the time to run down to that fence.
Yeah, fortunately, a lot of kids were down there by the podium already, so I like the strategy of staying in the truck and throwing the t-shirts out. You stay in the AC. I think one trip down there for Sadie and Megan to throw the shirts was probably plenty, and they said, we'll let someone in a truck with air conditioning do it.
Yeah, it's definitely a warm one here.
Pushing the limits of how far that t-shirt gun can launch them, though. Had one fall short.
What a beautiful day it is here in Elk River, Minnesota. Always fun to come here and just witness some of the best racing in the world.
And we got more in store. AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side next up. See him down in staging. Final prep underway for that one. Gonna be another hard-fought battle, I'll guarantee it. You'll see why on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, sorry, pardon me. Just trying to win a pair of boots. Maybe not this boot, it's not quite my size, but you know what boots are your size? Are the boots that you could win. Because every day of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt, we're giving away a pair of Brunt boots. Here's how you do it. You're at the event, you stop over by the giant Brunt workwear boot, you take a selfie, you slap it on Instagram using the hashtag BruntOffroad. That enters you for a chance to win a pair of Brunt boots each weekend. And if you don't win, don't worry about it, because in fact, you can use this promo code on your screen for $10 off your first purchase of $60 or more at bruntworkwear.com.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? ZF Moto. Experience more.
Pinnacle side-by-side racing. AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side brings the heat with top-tier talent, factory-backed machines, and unbridled action at every corner. Designed by leading engineers, turbocharged, ready to launch. These compact rockets explode off the line and never let up. The rivalries are real. The stakes are high. And the racing, absolutely electric. Every brand wants the win. And every driver is ready to claim it.
And what a fantastic day to enjoy some off-road racing here at the ERX Off-Road National. Still a bit on the warm side, maybe 90-ish degrees. You get that Midwestern humidity. Nothing that a couple cold, icy drinks can't fix if you're sitting out there on the hillside or across the track in the meadow. No place in the world I'd rather be, and we got Pro Side-by-Side coming up next. And Brent, let's see what these drivers are up against. This is a look inside the cab of Andrew Carlson in his Pro Side-by-Side. They make it look easy, but there's a lot going on inside there.
Yeah, you're definitely really, really busy behind the wheel. Andrew Carlson's probably got more laps on this track than anyone else.
Yeah, this will give you a little bit of a sense of the elevation changes too. This is coming out of turn 1 here. You'll see the earth disappear beneath him. Land almost all the way down to the flat bottom. Hard on the brakes, pitching it sideways. You can kind of see his head turn a little bit. Trying to stay pointed down the racetrack. And then you just hold on for dear life through that split lane section. It gets rough in there. You saw his hands trying to keep the wheel under control. As here is AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side, the final side-by-side race of the day here in round number 7. All trucks from here on out. Your lineup for this one, CJ Greaves will be on the pole. Alongside him, welcome back, Ronnie Anderson. Cash LaCroix will start 3rd. Jeb Boodle starts 4th. Then it's Nathan Wolf, Luke Stubbs, Brody Sands, Colton Krajcek, Brandon Groh, Riley Cadenhead, Connor Maxwell, Ariel Byarski, Leland Tice, Eric Schwartz, Colin Truitt. Andrew Carlson has to start all the way back in 16th after a tough day in qualifying. And Dominic DeAngelis at the tail end of the 17-car field.
There is your Yokohama top qualifier, Jeb Boodle. He's fast in anything he gets in, and he's just ready to rock and roll no matter what. Ever since they went to those Greaves cars, he's definitely stepped up his program.
Yeah, 4 wins through the first 6 rounds of the season. Has an 11-point lead over Nathan Wolf. Of course, CJ Greaves picking up a win back in round 5, his first time out in that car this season. He'll get to start on the front row alongside Ronnie Anderson. That's a fun duo to have on the front row for this one.
Oh yeah, it's great to have Ronnie Anderson back. RJ will be in the Pro 4 field in a couple more races yet to come. The green flag's about to fly here in Pro Side-by-Side.
Well, our front 2 stayed about dead even with CJ down on the inside through turn 1. It's still a drag race all the way down the long straightaway.
Oh yeah, Ronnie Anderson will have that inside, try to move that spot away from CJ as we got a car around.
Yeah, already some early trouble there for Dominic DeAngelis. Had to start at the back of the field, and already the odds stacked against him in this one. We look toward the front. Oh, Anderson all out of shape coming into that split lane.
Yeah, we've seen that a bunch of times this weekend, getting all crossed up. You don't want to hit that berm.
That last jump going down to the inside of the split lane in turn 3 is really severe impact for these faster classes.
Boy, CJ Greaves really off the pace a little bit now, filing himself back into 4th.
Yeah, I saw that too. He dropped back pretty quick there. Not sure what's going on with the 33. That'll put Nathan Wolf up into a podium spot.
Now look at Jeb Boodle working that outside on Ronnie Anderson. Anderson's going to tiptoe his way down on that 180.
And Boodle was able to pull out right alongside Anderson. We've got a car upside down. That is down in turn 1. I couldn't quite tell who it was. Riley Cadenhead was also in.
Oh! What a hard
there.
hit for Ronnie Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson just ran out of room and went headlong right into the end of that dirt berm. So already again, we've got early drama in this one. That's going to put Boodle out front. we're going to go to a full course yellow. The car that's tipped over down in turn 1 is in a really precarious spot, so we're going to slow everybody down. That's interesting, yet to be seen, as that is Byarski.
Yeah,
that was tipped over on her side, Ariel Byarski, the 05. I was about to say, yet to be seen whether we'll go back to the running order from the previous time they crossed the finish line, because that would put Ronnie Anderson back out front.
Oh yeah, technically it would, as you see that crash.
Oh man, yeah, Cadenhead was in some trouble before that.
Yeah, and watch this.
Oh,
There's
Anderson was trying to get over and just bounced off of Boodle's wheel a little bit.
Man, that
could have been a lot worse.
What a dead stop for Ronnie Anderson.
Yeah, at least it's just a soft pile of dirt.
Yeah, we'll see if Byarski can get off that K-rail, but it looks like his shock is broken right in half on the right front.
Yeah, I think Ariel's day is going to be done. That's a tough break for her. Remember, she was on the podium in the final round back in 2025.
You're right, Shane. They're going to give the spot back to Ronnie Anderson. That's the rules. Go back to the previous lap.
Yeah, talk about a little bit of good luck there for Anderson. It looks like Brody Sands also getting some help getting off the racetrack. So already a few competitors out of this one early. Yeah, right in that same place where Anderson hit that dirt berm, that last roller jump coming into the inside split lane is like a really hard impact on these cars. I was watching drivers further back through the field have all kinds of issues just staying square over that final jump. That'll be something to keep an eye on throughout this race.
Yeah, it's so hard going through those split lanes, especially on exit there. Ronnie Anderson, he tried to get back over, like you said, and just there was no room. That'd be so scary hitting that berm.
Yeah, fortunately, it seems like he pretty much caught it with the front bulkhead and with the front bumper of that car, so didn't damage any of the suspension or anything. Let's go back and take another look at that. Anderson was trying to move over and get down to the bottom side. I don't think Boodle realized he was trying to get back to the bottom. Boodle thought he was going to commit to the high side. Like I said, just fortunate that was soft dirt and nothing else behind it.
Well, Ronnie got a little gift there once we went to the caution, so he got that spot back. You see the front end of that car.
The universe takes away and gives back sometimes. Yeah, they'll definitely be pulling dirt clods out of the front bulkhead on that car. Just the impact, too. It's just surprising it didn't knock the wind out of it. It looks like we should be close to getting a green flag here as they're going to parade past the finish line one more time, but wonder if they may take the cutoff here.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it one more time here. Ronnie Anderson, Jeb Boodle, Wolf, he's got a shot at this thing as well now that we went to a caution. You wonder what happened to CJ Greaves, right? He faded off. He was up front. For a second, I thought maybe it went to limp mode or something and never wanted to keep going forward.
One thing that you do hear drivers say about these cars is sometimes it'll go into limp mode. You can shut it down and fire it back up, and just resetting the computer like that will kind of snap it out of limp mode. You can get back to it. Maybe that's what happened. It's hard to say.
Yeah, we'll have to see on this restart how much power CJ really has.
One driver who you may notice is missing from the field, Chase Kempf. Saw on social media that he plans on making his pro spec debut at some point. So moving from the side-by-sides into the truck world. I think the reason for this long slowdown is Byarski's car just didn't want to cooperate too much being pulled off the track, and they were having an issue getting it through the exit. So we get a good look at the Red Bull Polaris of Andrew Carlson. Carlson had to start 16th, and he is all the way up into 7th here. So Carlson definitely on the move here at his hometown track. which we expected, right? Even starting in the back, you knew AC was going to push his way towards the front.
Oh, yeah, he's always fast in these Pro Mod side-by-sides. He's well put together. Now we get to watch him in Pro 4 after this race.
Oh, that's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, you're not going to want to leave the facility yet if you're
Pro
tuned
Spec
in
is
at
gonna
home.
Pro Spec is going to be a barn burner. I can just feel that in my bones.
Oh, yeah, I've been waiting for it. Here we go. Green flag flies once again. Ronnie Anderson, Jeb Boodle. Boy, Jeb Boodle just dove to the bottom.
Yeah, Boodle didn't want to let Anderson even think about running away with it. Just like that, Boodle back out front. See Nathan Wolf going way to the high side coming into turn 2.
Yeah, look at Wolf really getting a good drive. We'll see what he can do. He's forced to go to that outside.
He's got a full head of steam through that outside split lane. Now he's going to cross back over. Looks like he'll go back down to the bottom, as will the other 3 in that top 4.
Oh, Wolf got a little nose heavy. Let CJ Greaves on the inside for just a split second.
Like I said, that last roller jump coming to the inside of Talladega turn is really upsetting these side-by-sides.
4 minutes to go this time by for Pro side-by-side. Look at Jeb Boodle just starting to open that gap.
Well, top 4 starting to spread out just a little bit. Saw Anderson jumping a little bit off kilter there. Wolf trying to close in. Wolf's just been so steady all season. 4 second place finishes. You see local yellow out there. That's Colin Truitt flipped over on his lid off to the side of the racetrack.
Man, what a tough day for Colin Truitt.
Yeah, had a bad time in Pro Stock side-by-side. Comes back out in Pro side-by-side and ends up upside down. You see,
oh, that's
like a little
scary.
water hole. Yeah, thankfully it's only a couple inches deep. I'm sure maybe a little wet on the top of the helmet, but not in any real danger as yellow flags are going to come out once again. We've come to the halfway point. So here's a look at Truitt. You see him already before even the second split lane tumbling off the racetrack.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. So they still got the car upside down. They're going to try to put it back on the wheels.
Yeah, just getting access to it down there is kind of tough. It's going to be a little bit of a task for them to pull it sideways over back onto the wheels. Just not a lot of room down there. So this is the official halfway caution. Jeb Boodle, Ronnie Anderson, Nathan Wolf, your top 3. For more on Ronnie Anderson, we're going to check in with Haley. What's the story on Ronnie Anderson?
Well, simply put, Ronnie's been great here in not just the AMSOIL Pro side-by-side, but in Pro 2, back when he was in the Pro 2 seat as well, right here in Elk River. And for the Anderson brothers to have them back in action, that's a gift to all of us race fans and those who closely follow short course off-road throughout the season. And in speaking with the brothers today, this is where they want to be. ERX is circled on the schedule because, of course, they love this venue. Polaris, one of their longtime partners, this is also a really significant race for them. So it's important to them. They circle ERX on the calendar, and they added that if we could be doing more races and expand our schedule, I know, Shane, you've mentioned this earlier today, they certainly would. They have plenty of fans in the desert side of off-road racing, but they said nothing compares to these short course fans. They also keep us coming back.
Yeah, I agree with Shane. You know, I wish we could see those boys show up to each and every event. They're just that well put together. RJ Anderson and Ronnie have been around a long, long time. I remember watching them in the Junior 2 karts out west growing up, and what they've turned their program is nothing but the best, right? When they come to play, they show up to win.
That's right. I was going to say, they're not just here to hang out and have a good time. They come here to take names and win races, and more often than not, they're in this position, you know, competing for wins every time they hit the racetrack.
We yet to see RJ Anderson out there this weekend a couple times in practice, but it'll be fun to see him in race mode. They revamped that whole truck after San Bernardino.
Yeah, it's also a brand new Polaris this year for Ronnie Anderson, so really proving that car works. As you see Nathan Wolf in the 3rd spot here at the halfway break. Like I said, Wolf's just had a very steady season. That's how he was second in points before this weekend. 4 silver medals on the season, a 5th place finish in round 6. Feels like he's kind of next in line to get that first win in Champ Off-Road, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's putting in the time and the work and the effort. It'll come to him. It's just a matter of point in time. Right now, Jeb Boodle is just so bad fast. As the pace car is going to pull off one final time, we're going to have about 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. As it's Boodle, Anderson, Wolf, Reeves, Krajcek, Carlson, your top 6.
Right away, Nathan Wolf stepping out of line, trying the outside into turn 1. Now he'll cross back down to the bottom. We'll see if Wolf can put a nice run together here on Anderson.
Boy, Anderson almost hit that wall there on the exit off that flyaway.
Look at Nathan Wolf running the outside all the way around turn 2. Meanwhile, we've got a stack up further back. Tyson, Wolf, Groh, and Luke Stubbs. Looks like all 3 are going to be able to soldier on, but well behind the rest of the field. Look at battle for second. Wolf stuck on the outside. Not a lot of room down there.
Ronnie Anderson picked that spot away, brought CJ Greaves with him.
Yeah, CJ's on the hunt now, and look who else is joining that fight. Andrew Carlson started 16th all the way up into the top 6 here.
Yeah, 10 spots for Carlson, doing what he needs to do, just trying to run the pace here with these top 3.
Well, Nathan Wolf was door-to-door with CJ Greaves, but he's able to push his way back in front. CJ's about to have his hands full with AC as they head into turn 2.
Yeah, Andrew Carlson now working his way up to the back bumper, trying to go by CJ Greaves on that inside. Look at that speed.
Yeah, looks like Carlson might have the advantage. Everybody going back down to the bottom. Whoa, Carlson tags the back bumper of Wolf coming into the split lane.
Man, they're just trying to park that car wherever they can. It's not even a lane and a half wide in some of these sections. You have to pick your spot early.
It's getting dicey here at AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side as we are under 60 seconds left on the clock. We'll reset it for you. Still Jeb Boodle out front. Anderson second. And then the Can-Am of Wolf running in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, they're all starting to spread out a little bit more here as we get close to the final lap. There's Ronnie Anderson, that 52. Just trying everything in his power to catch Jeb Boodle right now, Shane, and that's not an easy task.
Carlson and CJ were door-to-door once again coming out of turn 2. Look how rough it's getting down there. Track's starting to come apart at the seams here. The white flag is going to be out next time by. Boodle all by his lonesome out front. Looks like Carlson might finally be able to close the door on CJ.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Moves himself up into the 4th spot. What a drive. 12 spots already clicked off in this race for Carlson.
Colton Krajcek now starting to go to work on CJ Greaves. What a battle from second on back here. Boodle pretty much on cruise control at this point. Puff the smoke out of Krajcek's car. I've seen that happen a couple times now.
Boy, Ronnie Anderson hit that inside berm. He's got to be careful. This is the final lap. Wolf trying to hunt him down.
And that last jump coming into that split lane is so rough. But no problems whatsoever for Jeb Boodle out of Yemassee, South Carolina. Trying to pick up win number 5 this year in AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side.
He's going to get the job done.
He's going to do it. Big fist pump. You can see the hand pumping up in the air. Hard-fought victory by Boodle. Anderson, so great to have him out there. He will certainly be happy with a 2nd place finish. Nathan Wolf, another podium on his resume here in 2026.
What a great drive for our top 3 here in Pro Side-by-Side. There's our unofficial race results. Boodle, Anderson, Wolf, Carlson, Greaves. Your top 5. Colin Truett not having a great weekend so far. He's going to have to bounce back after being upside down in the water.
Well, we're getting down to the end of our pro schedule here in round 7. Pro Spec and Pro 4 waiting in the wings. Boodle's going to celebrate another win here in Pro Side-by-Side. We're going to talk to him and the rest of the top 3 right after this. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt.
This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road Gear. From premium hats and hoodies to must-have tees, we've got the gear that keeps you looking fresh, both on and off the track. Get yours now at shop.isocracing.com. Rep the lifestyle, live the legacy, own the dirt.
So I learned from my racing experiences how well AMSOIL performs in extreme environments. When we get dispatched to a large wildland fire, I can't afford breakdowns. If we break down, impacts could include loss of personal property and possibly lives lost. People are counting on us. I don't know if that equipment's going to be out there for a day, a week, or a month. Everything out there has to work, it has to perform. AMSOIL gives us a competitive advantage both on and off the track, and that's been one of the keys to our success.
Onward we go through Pro Round 7 here at the ERX Off-Road National. See Jeb Boodle putting on the title belt after another win in Pro Side-by-Side. 5 wins through 7 rounds and in control of the points. Let's take a look at how it all unfolded. Anderson and Boodle dead even on that start, and it was ultimately Anderson getting the upper hand, but early trouble for a few drivers. Ariel Byarski ended up on her side. And a little bit later on, Anderson hard into the dirt berm, but before they could get back to the start-finish line, a yellow flag came out, so it went back to the order it previously was. Didn't matter, though, to Jeb Boodle on the restart. He flies right by Anderson. Nobody had anything for Boodle from there on out, but Nathan Wolf brought a lot of fight to round 7. Was able to momentarily get in front of Anderson. Ultimately gave that spot back a little bit later on in the race. And Carl started 16th, ends up 4th when it's all said and done. But like I said, the day belongs to Jeb Boodle here in Pro Side-by-Side. Another hard-fought battle, and we've got our top 3 finishers down on the podium. Haley?
Thank you very much, Shane. Nathan Wolf. Nathan, you told me recently that you were looking forward to this race because you've struggled here. So talk to me, what does this progression feel like for you?
The progression feels good. We struggled in practice and qualifying. We made some changes. I'm not getting through turn 2 or the crap. I'll figure it out. I'll go back and watch some film and stuff, and we should be better tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a little better starting spot tomorrow. We'll see where we're at. And overall, it was a good race. Ronnie shoved it in. I was not expecting him until he was there. And I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't think I left enough room there, but apparently the Pro R fits there, and I didn't realize it. So, but overall, I got to thank all the guys back at camp and stuff. I got Chris, my 2 little ones, William and Rhett. I got to thank Fitz for being on the radio. I got George at Double E. We got Raceline Wheels, Hoosier Tire, Wayland Speed, and then MAW Salvage, of course, PRP Seats. the guys at Combat Clean, 618 Hats. So we got a whole group of people behind us pushing us to be better.
Congrats today. Crazy consistent this one is as well. Nathan Wolf. Ronnie Anderson. Ronnie, this seems like what you do. You show up, you and your brother show up, and you find yourself on the podium and more than that. So what's it feel like to be back here and immediately show results?
Yeah, I love short course off-road racing. This is my passion, and I love every second of it. So happy to come here, put this Polaris RZR up in second place. The boys built it in about 2 months. The M81 Designs chassis is awesome, and happy to have 2 Polaris RZRs up 1-2 here in Polaris' hometown. So pretty awesome about that. And again, hats off to the team for working their butts off and giving me a fast car to work with right out the box. And NOS Energy Drink, Polaris RZR, BF Goodrich Tires, South Point, Walker Evans Racing, Optima Batteries, everyone who helps us out. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're so glad you're here. Great at ERX and great wherever we get them on the short course schedule. Jeb Boodle. Jeb, the fans could all see this on the camera as you celebrating as you cross that finish line. So just put into words, this is a hard-earned win. Has to feel good.
It was hard-earned, and most of it was trying to get the window net back up. Thankfully, it feels so good, actually. It came off like right before the comp caution, thankfully, so I didn't make a full lap because if I couldn't get back up, obviously I had to pull off for safety-wise. So slowed up and is able to get it back up, and I fought it for a while, but Jesus was looking out for me there and let me have that window net back up, so it was a hard fight. Ronnie, we all know is fast. Nathan, he's close with us at points, so that was definitely a relief getting that back up, and we had a great race. And we put in so much work into this program over the off season. If all the people saw at home how many times I climbed in out of the car testing it, and me and my dad busted our butts out of the shop. This means a lot to us. So we're continuing to points lead, and it just feels good. The car was on rails, and just have to thank everybody back home, my family, my mom, my dad, all the families back at home, Polaris RZR, Max's Tire, Impact Racing Gear, Gilman Innovations, Vision Wheel, Durham Off-Road Park, Bug 21 Fuel Additives, Freedom Race Lift, Fox Shocks, iBox Springs, Grease Motorsports, Team DFS, and just everybody. Thank you.
Hard work pays off. Jeb Boodle is on top for AMSOIL Pro side-by-side.
Thank you very much, Haley, and congratulations to the top 3 in Pro Mod side-by-side. And what a beautiful day it's been so far, and we have 2 races yet to come.
Absolutely we do, but first let's go back and take a look at our Brunt Fast Lap winner among the side-by-sides. It was, who else? Andrew Carlson, blazing fast here in Pro side-by-side, fell just short of a podium after starting all the way at the back of that one.
Yeah, he made up a lot of ground, went through some carnage, but stayed focused here at his hometown track and put it in the top 5 once again.
Well, if you're to stop by the grab your choice. The tire is absolutely free. Nope. Make sure you do check what AMSOIL has to offer. And of course, a big thanks to all of our Champ Off-Road, AMSOIL, Brunt, Polaris, CF. Willwood Disc Fuels, Heatwave Visuals, support immensely for every road racing. Make sure you're following us on all of our as well to keep up with every world of Champ Off-Road. Facebook and YouTube, to find us, just search, you'll find us. If you're on Instagram, look for @ChampOffRoad, and if you're on X, go for @ChampsOffRoad. Just don't forget that S in there. See the hillside continuing to fill up. Got some Avery Hemmer fans in the building, and their time is about to come. Pro Spec is next. Short break here from the ERX Off-Road National, and 2 instant classics in store for the fans. Don't go anywhere.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt. There's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? CF Moto. Experience more. This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? CF Moto. Experience more.
We welcome you back once again to Elk River, Minnesota. This is the ERX Off-Road National, and Pro Spec is out on the track. Shane, we've been waiting all day long for this race, and it's been a barn burner.
I've been waiting since we saw them race at Crandon for round 6. I've been looking forward to this one here in round 7. Here's your lineup. Thriller Wyatt Miller on the pole for this one. 3 straight finishes outside the top 10, by the way, for Miller coming into this one. Draxton Shimmick alongside him. Row 2 is Nick Visser and the rookie Braden Beauchamp. Row 3, Chris Van den Elzen alongside Avery Hemmer. Hemmer is from just down the road in Nowthen, Minnesota. Jacob Wiedmeyer and Connor Schultz will be in the 4th row. Ronald Cosiza and Dylan Parsons in row 5. Then it's Hunter Van Zyl, Nick Axelson, and after a crash in qualifying, Gavin Plummer will start last in this field of 13. And Draxton Shimmick is your Yokohama top qualifier.
Unbelievable. That young gun, he's been so fast since he got into the Pro Spec division. Rumor has it that his dad's got a truck being built.
We've been talking about the battle between the old guys and the teenagers. Well, you got 2 teenagers on the front row for this one, so they'll at least have the advantage when we see the green flag here in just a moment.
Well, here we go. Pro Spec takes the green flag. Round 7 underway.
And what a jump by Wyatt Miller. He's going to bring Visser along with him down into turn 1. Visser closes the door right in front of Draxton Shimmick. And Beauchamp off the pace here right away in this one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He just never took off. Look at this, just beating, banging around in this 180.
That is Connor Schultz going the wrong way around. Schultz had made a couple of really quick moves all the way up into 3rd for about 30 feet before he got sent into the spin cycle. Then we look up front. Wyatt Miller, Nick Visser. As if we needed to inject a little more drama into this race. You remember what happened between those two here at ERX Motor Park just a year ago.
Yeah, Wyatt Miller, he had some gremlins at Crandon. Didn't finish where he wanted to all weekend long. The thriller Wyatt Miller just doing what he's doing early here, sitting out front of Visser.
Yeah, by the way, Miller 7th in points coming into this one. 50 points back of the points lead. Miller and Visser with a comfortable gap over everybody else. And how about it? Jacob Wiedmeyer, the rookie, up into the top 3 in the early going.
Wow, what a drive for the 32. Wyatt Miller still trying to finesse his way through that split lane. You see how tore up it is.
I was going to say, this track is already getting a little bit rough for these pro spec trucks. We got a long way to go in this one. It's our 2 out front. Still a big gap back to 3rd.
Yeah, you can see that gap on our camera, Shane, as we go back up front. The thriller Wyatt Miller in that Bass Pro Shops truck still maintaining that top position.
Yeah, look at this all-out war for 3rd on back, though. Vandenelsen in that 3rd spot. Then it's Parsons, Wiedmeyer, Shimmick, and the hometown girl, Hemmer. Just feels like there's a lot to be decided throughout these battles. By the way, Braden Beauchamp is back up to speed at the tail end of the field, so that is good news for him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Braden, but good to see him back, like you said. Avery Hemmer in that 15 FXR truck, trying to wiggle her way through this split lane. You can see getting crossed up back in the view.
Well, Parsons now with a little breathing room in that 4th spot as he'll try to hunt down Chris Vandenelsen. Miller and Visser still in another zip code running out front. There was a glimpse of Vandenelsen in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, this is big for points for Vandenelsen. He's got to stay with these top 3. There's Parsons just coming off a fresh win in Crandon.
Yeah, it's so great to see him back up on top of the podium. First win since August of 2024.
Wow. Thriller Wyatt Miller one more time, still holding off Nick Visser. He's actually opened a gap up a little bit more.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on that interval. It's growing just a few feet at a time. Like you said, Miller trying to put the bad luck behind him. Look at that deep hole on that outside split lane. For more on Dylan Parsons, we're going to check in trackside with Haley.
Yeah, I learned from Dylan yesterday that he has not missed a single ERX race. Now, this is the 10th anniversary, but there have been more than 10 ERX Off-Road Nationals because there's been a couple years where we've had 2 races here. So he loves this place. In fact, this is where he made his off-road debut in the Sportsman divisions back in one of the buggy classes. So he's got history here at ERX and hasn't missed a race.
Yeah, you can't say enough about him. He's just well put together as, oh man, upside down.
Oh, that's Connor Schultz. I was kind of trying to keep one eye on Schultz because he was battling deeper in the field. See how it unfolded there. Whoa, just basically G'd out and soaked up all the suspension in the rear and bucked the back end of the truck.
Man, that section's played a big, big factor here this weekend on a lot of rides.
And it doesn't look like he's going to get flipped back over in time to stay on the lead lap, so tough break for Connor Schultz.
Okay, he's got it refired.
So he will try to join the fight, but again, a lap down is Schultz. It's still Miller and Visser out front. Vandenelsen starting to close the gap on those two just a little bit.
Yeah, they just checked out on the field, but Vandenelsen has nothing to lose right now, just trying to gain that ground, learn a little bit about this track, what it's doing. I'm sure Bob Nash is in his ear just talking to him and telling him where he sees he can be faster. See him widening out his corners a little bit more each and every time as a thriller Wyatt Miller. That Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet still holding on to the top spot.
Well, I talked about his deficit in the points chase. Miller needs to get every possible point he can. Even the bonus points for leading at halfway are going to be huge for his title defense. See Miller now starting to explore the high side a little bit through turn 3.
There's bonsaiing off that Yokohama Tires flyaway into the CF Moto big sweeping turn, and watch how they just let it pan out, just run up against that cushion. Green flag still out that time by.
Yeah, this is a pretty long first half run for these trucks. Further back, you see that Shimmick was able to get by Parsons. That pass happened down in turn 1. So Shimmick on the move now into 4th. Then Parsons, Hemmer in 6th. Wiedmeyer back in 7th after briefly running in the top 3 in this one.
Yeah, there's Shimmick just trying to carry his speed through there as well as Parsons. There's a Thriller Wyatt Miller one more time, just bonsaiing through that rhythm section. Both of them staying to that top side now.
Yeah, the longer this race has gone on, that's kind of been the preferred line. I'm watching everybody else take that top side through turn 3 as well. Miller's starting to run away a little bit, but we should be coming to the halfway point next time by. And look who's upside down once again. It's Connor Schultz.
Oh, tough break as the red flag's going to come out this time by. I think that's going off that back jump.
Yep, that is between turns 1 and 2. So even without seeing how it started, we can pretty much infer what happened. And you see him cartwheeling down the racetrack. Oh my goodness. A couple hard impacts there for Connor Schultz. So everybody will come to a stop on the racetrack as our safety team goes to work. Wyatt Miller, Nick Visser, Chris Vandenelzen, your top 3.
It's nothing new this weekend, Shane. We've seen a lot of carnage go on here in AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt.
Yeah, they made some subtle changes to the track in just a couple spots, but it seems like the track has been really fighting our drivers. As you see Connor going back dirty side down once again. Hard to tell how much damage is there, but I think the fact that Connor stayed in the truck is a pretty good sign. If it was a more serious situation, he would have been getting some help getting out of there.
Yeah, it's never good when you go over the handlebars like that and it digs in.
See Vernon Marvin taking a look at the front end and trying to check out whether or not he can drive it by itself at least. Russo Krasinski down there as well. I saw Nolan down there checking on it. Yeah, just like that, we're back to a yellow flag, so.
It's gonna get good now. They're all re-racked, restacked. It's gonna come down to a shootout here in Pro Spec.
Yeah, yet another race where it feels like 4, 5, 6 drivers might have a legit shot at winning this thing. I mean, Miller's been tough, and he was starting to run away from Visser a little bit. But now knowing that it's going to be a short sprint to the finish, I think we're going to see Visser and everybody else pretty much lay it all on the line. So back to rolling. Field is going to get all collected behind our pace truck. Like I said, everybody trying to chase down Thriller Wyatt Miller. For more on Wyatt, let's check in once again with Haley, who is trackside.
I've heard it nonstop over the years. You guys have heard it, you fans have heard it, that drivers love this track. Well, here's a bit more on that note from Wyatt Miller. This is only his second time racing here. In 2025, that was his ERX debut, but it wasn't the first time he's been here. Go back to the 2023-2024 range. That was when Ryan Beat was trying to get him in this seat. He saw the talent that was Wyatt Miller. He took him testing at a practice facility, and that's where it wasn't an instant match. Wyatt said, I don't know if this was for me. Ryan Beat persisted. He got him out to test a second time at another facility, and at that moment, he said, oh, this is really not for me. He wasn't convinced yet that he wanted to pursue a career in short course off-road racing. But Ryan Beat persisted again and ultimately got him to come out to ERX, and things clicked. Wyatt said, I love this truck. I love what I'm able to do in this thing. And that relationship transformed. His love of off-road racing really sparked here at ERX. So this is only Wyatt Miller's second ERX Off-Road National, but this place has a little bit of magic for him and helped him fall in love with short course off-road racing.
Well, as we're about to get back to it, we'll see if Wyatt can continue the magic here in round 7. Like we said, he's got to dig himself out of a big hole in the point standings as well. Can't do much better, though, than leading at halfway and staying out front. He's going to have his hands full on this restart, though.
Oh, yeah. You know Visser's going to be right there. He'll try everything, and you don't want to let him get away like he did in the first half, so you might have to pounce on it early.
4 minutes to go in Pro Spec as we're once again underway. Parsons right away going down to the bottom side, trying to muscle his way back past Shimmick. Looks like he's going to get it done, and he swung the door open for Hemmer as well.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You got to open up the elbows sometimes a little bit farther, deeper in this race. Look at them all trying to play nice in that 180.
Vandenelsen starting to really go to work on Visser as well, as they were fender to fender in turn 2, and oh, trouble for Miller. He's off the track.
Oh, he got caught in that loamy soil, and it pulled him right in.
That changes everything. Now this battle for the lead is between Vandenelsen and Visser. And it looks like Vandenelsen, at least for now, is going to take over the lead here in Pro Spec. My goodness. We talked about the track was going to try to jump out and bite these drivers. That's exactly what happened.
There's Wyatt Miller now working on Gavin Plummer. Finds himself deeper in the field.
Yeah, all the way back in 10th, so lost 9 spots there. We'll reset it for you. It's Chris Vandenelsen, Nick Visser, Draxton Shimmick, Avery Hemmer, and Hunter Van Zyl now your top 5.
Boy, look at just playing possum. Chris Vandenelsen just waiting for the right place at the right time. Now he gets to show himself what this truck can do out in some clean air.
Yeah, Vandenelsen starting to pick up some momentum here over the last few rounds. Last 3 finishes, a second, a third, and then a win back in round 6. Here goes Hemmer alongside Shimmick. Hemmer trying the bottom side. This is a pass for third if she can make it happen.
He's trying. Draxton almost landed on the top of her hood in that 94. Oh, Draxton up on the bike, gives that spot away.
So Avery Hemmer is the woman on the move here. Shimmick trying to fight back down to the bottom side. Starting to get a little bit more blue grooved up, but Shimmick not going down without a fight. He's still right on the bedside on the outside.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a drive out of this bottom side too, and he'll be on the outside on the entry. Oh! Shimmick almost put it upside down.
Great job to gather it back up. That was scary there for Shimmick.
I bet you he was scared in the truck as well. He didn't know if he was gonna bring it back on the wheels. Seen that a lot this weekend, overshooting the jumps.
Man, Hemmer's really starting to settle in on this racetrack. Starting to close in a little bit on Visser. Shimmick in 4th. Thriller Wyatt Miller after falling to 10th, all the way back up into the top 5.
Wow, he's just trying to catch a break. Found himself up front now. Just trying to play catch up as Visser looking pretty quick, trying to hold off Avery Hemmer here late. Chris Vandenelsen still out front in that 66.
Yeah, and Hemmer gained about 1.4 seconds on Visser that last time around.
Wow.
So she is definitely dialed in here for the late stages of this one. It's going to be a race against the clock for Vandenelsen, whether or not the white flag is out next time by. But Hemmer definitely closing in now on Visser.
Man, that bottom side, like we said all weekend long so far, it's been so tough. Hit that face of that jump before you go into that section here. Vandenelsen opening up about a 1.5 length gap on Visser. Time's definitely running out. Should be 2 laps to go this time by.
That is a lot of time for Hemmer as she continues to reel in Visser. That time their lap times, though, identical.
Wow.
Down to the decimal point. Visser and Hemmer, so they're matching each other lap for lap now. Actually, the top 3 just about identical lap times that last time around. It shows you how evenly matched these trucks are as they fight their way around this rough racetrack here at ERX Motor Park.
Man, you just see how loamy it is through there once again. Hemmer's right there, though. She's going for second here. Couple turns left. Chris Vandenelsen opening up about a 1.5-second gap. Going to look at that checkered flag.
White flag
here
coming up
soon.
this time by. So 1 lap to go here for Vandenelsen. It's playing into his hands now as Hemmer's starting to dial up the pressure on Visser. We'll see if she can move up one more spot here at her hometown track.
All it takes is one little bobble out of Visser to give her that opportunity. They both send it off to Flyaway in the back. Vandenelsen still out front on this final lap here at ERX Motor Park.
Well, Vandenelsen's going to go to the high side. Visser and Hemmer stay down to the bottom through Talladega. Yeah, Hemmer's going to have to put together some kind of run going up CF Moto USA Hill here.
It's going to be a little too late. The next entire truck of Vandenelsen going to get it done again.
2 wins in a row for Chris Vandenelsen going back to Crandon and going back to last year. That is 3 in a row here at ERX Motor Park for the number 66. Visser holds on for second. And Hemmer, a hard-fought third-place finish. Shimmick in fourth, and Miller able to battle back for a top 5. We knew it was going to be wild, but man, once Vandenelsen got out front, he just set sail.
Yeah, he really did. He looked so fast here in round 7, and man, capitalize after you do a good run in Crandon, man. Can't do much better than that.
Well, for what it's worth, unofficially, I'd still have Visser as the points leader, but Vandenelsen trailed by 11 when this race started. He will take a big bite out of that as you see the full unofficial results. Plummer, Beauchamp, Wiedmeyer, Van Zyl, Parsons, the other half of the top 10. Here's the incident that cost Miller the lead. Yeah, that hole was getting deeper and deeper down there. Look at everybody bouncing through there. Unbelievable. And here's that great save by Shimmick. Almost like a motocross whip.
Yeah,
able to gather it back up.
Wow.
Unreal.
Scary jumps here at ERX Motor Park.
Well, we'll take a quick break. 1 race left on the schedule, but first we'll hear what the top 3 from Pro Spec have to say right after this. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt. There's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? ZF Moto. Experience more.
Back here once again in Elk River, Minnesota, there is your big winner, Chris Vandenelsen, giving Bob Nash a big hug. And man, he worked for that one, Shane.
Yeah, he had to earn every inch of that one. Got a little good luck on his side with the incident with Miller. Let's go back and take a look at how it all unfolded. Miller off that front row start, jumped out to the early lead and had Nick Visser breathing down his neck in the early stages of that one. Draxton Schimmick going to battle there with Jacob Wiedmeyer, who had a really good run throughout the first half. And then Connor Schultz up and over. He would continue on, at least for a moment, because there is Connor Schultz a second time going for a ride, and that was the one that would end his day. And then Miller out front finds that deep hole, and off the track he goes. Fell all the way to 10th at that point.
Yeah, that was a tough break for the thriller Wyatt Miller. Then things started to dice up once more. Draxton Schimmick putting it up on the bike, setting it back down, and then Schimmick almost launching lawn darting that truck. Thank God he saved that, as Vandenelsen just dominated in that second half.
Yeah, definitely hard fought for those three drivers, and I can't wait to hear what they have to say. Haley, that's 3 satisfied drivers, it looks like, down there.
3 very satisfied drivers, as they should be. Like you said, it was a hard-fought race. Avery, for you especially, you were having to fight for this podium position and then defend it. So what do you feel like was your strong suit today?
Just kept finding lines, kept reeling in Nick, I don't know. The truck was set up good. We did a shakedown this morning. I got to give it up to my crew, working on my truck all day. My mom, my dad, Kenda Tires, I was hooked up out there. Chopper Power Sports, Northern Power Race Park, FXR, AMSOIL, Fox Shocks, FK Roddens, Professional Mechanical Service, Moonlight Bay, and Distinctive Iron. Thank you.
Lastly, Avery, your performances are getting you a lot of attention. I look out, I see all these Avery Hemmer cutouts here in the crowd. What's it feel like to see that and to hear the crowd get so loud?
Yeah, it's awesome. We didn't podium last year here, so yeah, this means a lot, and hopefully we can get up here again tomorrow.
Giving it to these fans. That is our local gal, Avery Hemmer. Nick Visser, this was a hard-fought one for you as well. You were challenging throughout that one. So what was the biggest challenge for you?
The track and myself, I got wore out. That split lane, it got so tore up. I mean, watching Wyatt almost lose it once and then losing it and getting crossed up. It looks like he might have finished. And same thing happened to Chris. I know what happened to me. Man, it was just a battle just to keep it track in one piece out there, so the truck in one piece. But man, it's ERX puts on a hell of a facility out here, track. They work hard at it, do an awesome job. Thanks to the Carlsons and Plastered. Thank you guys. I just want to thank all my crew that comes out, Nikolai, Mason, Luke, Susie and the kids, my dad, my stepmom, Race, all the other fans that come here and watch, and a lot of them that are watching it from home. I appreciate it. You guys don't understand it. Yokohama, they're always here doing everything I ask and just doing everything they can to make our program better, and I can't thank them guys enough. Builder Service, Teddy G Auto Body, Local 139, B&B Containers, Argon Lumber, Parsons, everybody else that I can't think of right now, I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. Time for Chris.
Great work today. You earned this. Always one of the toughest competitors out there. Nick Visser. Chris Vandenelsen. Loud fans for you as well. Is it something about ERX or is it something about this mid-season? It seems like this is where you really ignite.
Yes. No, to be honest, ERX is by far one of my favorite tracks. There's just something about the flow of it that I just love, and the way that things go away with this track is really fun. But man, at the beginning there, I thought I was done. It was swapping back and forth, and I didn't think I was going to recover, and then I just kept pushing forward and just trying to pick things off and run the right lines and try to mix it up a little bit. But man, that was crazy. It's hot out here, and I hope everybody enjoyed that show. It was really fun racing with these guys. Nick was putting on a good race, and just overall, just really excited about it. But I gotta give huge credits to my crew guys for sticking it out and working in this heat that we have, and my family, my wife, my spotter Robert. He was just the whole time in my ear, like, all right, we're just putting laps down. We're just putting laps down. You just hold it together. So. Aside from that, Nex and Tire, these ATX are absolutely just hooked up on this track, no matter where we put it. Racer on Demand, ZFG, G-Force, Joe's Hand Cleaner, GHI, Agents of Autism, and of course my guys from Go Lithium that are out here as well. And I got a shout out to Cole Mamer. This truck is fast. I love it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chris Vandenelsen, igniting in the mid-season. We'll see him continue this tomorrow. This has been ProSpec.
Well, there is still time here at ERX to stop display. Check out all their boots and workwear, and if you're going to make sure you use the code at bruntworkwear.com, $60 or more, $10 off. Big thanks to Brunt, Champ Off-Road, and behind the scenes. Also, make sure when you're at the Brunt display, inflatable Brunt selfie in front of it. Post it to at Brunt Workwear and use off-road. And you could wear marin boots. They're giving every race, entire season, World Championship off-road. So you could walk away with a pair of boots on your feet. See the fans on the hillside once again getting a little excited, a little swag toss going on down there. Whole bunch of fans walking away with free stuff this afternoon, Brent.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to give away, and it's fun. It's great to see all the fans sticking it out in this heat. We've had a great capacity crowd under beautiful sunny skies this weekend so far, and it's been a nemesis this year sometimes.
Yeah, seems like that's the way it's gone. It's either been really warm or it's gone the other direction and we've gotten wet, but fortunately none of that in the forecast here for this weekend. Just that classic Midwest swelter. It's a little bit damp out there. But yeah, thanks to all you fans showing up, sticking it out through the heat. We get it, it's a long day. 20 races is a long time. Stop by the Champ trailer. If you spend $100 more, you could get your tote bag mug. And like I've said, mug, that would be back tomorrow. It's cold lemonade or something. Something I could go for right now.
Yeah, it is here this weekend. Are a scorcher for round.
And I'm just looking out the window. Oh, I see all you over into the shade a little bit. Starting to cast a long. Awarded for stick. With some track prep. Shanley, special guest down there.
Here to enjoy the shade and enjoy the company. I want to meet a first-time attendee to the ERX Off-Road Rational, right? This is your first one?
Yeah.
How are you liking it so far?
Really good.
Have you learned many of the drivers' names? Do you have a favorite you're cheering for today?
Avery, what's your last name? Hemmer.
Show me that. Show me those cutouts here. Is that who we're, that's what we're talking about. We see so many of these cutouts in the crowd for Avery Hemmer. Well, if you hit the lottery today and you could go racing off-road tomorrow, would you decide to get in a Pro 4, a Pro 2, a side-by-side, or a buggy?
Pro 2.
Why is that?
I don't know, just watching it just made me think it looks like my favorite.
I'd agree with you there. Okay, I want to know. So I've been down there. I've been on the track. I've been by the podium. I can't hear as well down there. It's really loud from those Pro 2s and other race vehicles. I want to know, can you tell me where the fans have been the loudest? Has it been over the people of the woods? Have these fans been the loudest here on the hill or the fans over in VIP?
Over there.
Is he right, fans? People of the trees, have you been the loudest, most rowdy race fans over there? I don't know if they're listening. They might be over at the taco food truck over there, and I don't blame them, but they've been a rowdy bunch. Well, you're enjoying your experience. How would you feel about coming back next year?
Good.
You'd feel good? You'd like that? I don't know, race fans, you're kind of quiet right now. Should we send he and his family home with tickets to come back next year for the ERX Off-Road National? Make some noise if so. Okay, you sold me on that one. You finally woke up, so you, my friend, will see you next year, you and your family. Thanks for being here, and we'll also send you home with this swag kit, courtesy of AMSOIL Championships Off-Road, presented by Brunt. You enjoy the rest of the races, my friend, and we'll send it back to you guys.
I mean, to be fair, you show up to an off-road race your first time, you're usually hooked for life anyways, right? I mean, that kid was probably going to find his way back here, but so cool that we're able to help out, make sure his family can get in the gates next year. We look forward to seeing him back on the hillside here at ERX. With that, we're down to the final race of the day, Pro 4. Up next on the racetrack. Pro Spec kind of felt like an appetizer in a way, but Brent, this is the main course, Pro 4, the big dogs.
Oh yeah, a lot of horsepower, 850 plus horsepower, all-wheel drive trucks, so much suspension. Great to see RJ Anderson back in the field in that NOS energy drink ride. The wild man Adrian Cheney, Cole Mamer's been putting a lot of work in. Jimmy Henderson, I could keep on going. CJ Greaves back in the field.
You just named the whole field. We don't have to do a lineup now. See the wild man rolling off the back of the field. Wild man's had a lot of us including the wild man, but young man photo is one of our camera operators, Tristan, who himself the wild man and much shorter.
To catch up with the wild. He cherished many years, and I remember the first time Adrian came out.
The purple truck, right?
Evans, yeah.
Rolled it up into a ball too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's why they call him the wild.
There's Tristan.
Yeah, cool to have him working with us for a handful of years now. Really, the whole team. Big wave from Tristan. Good to see you. So much of our team, though, all the folks in the production truck have been with us since day one. Producer Joe Harowitz, director Joel Sipper, Charles, Kelly, Troush. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be anywhere. It's been fun. It's been many of years now broadcasting, and it just gets better and better, especially when you hear the Pro 4s out on the track.
We're about to feast, my friend. There is your full lineup for Pro 4. They call him Jimmy Henderson. Jimmy Henderson pulls the pole position for this one alongside the 10-time champ CJ Greaves. The silent assassin Mickey Thomas starts third. 3 of the last 4 times he's put on a helmet, he's come out on top. RJ Anderson will start fourth alongside him. He is the defending Crandon World Cup champion, a 3-time winner of that event. Cole Mamer will start 5th. ERX, this is one of your own. Elk River's own Andrew Carlston will start 6th. The wild man Cheney starts 7th. And the 7-time champ, Johnny Greaves, starts dead last in this field of 8. Everybody trying to chase down the Yokohama top qualifier, CJ Greaves.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time once he's back in the field to lock down that Yokohama top qualifying position. That 33 red plate, last year's points champion, just unbelievable what that guy has done behind the wheel of different race trucks and side-by-sides.
Good to see the energy drink wars alive and well. Also, a couple of Monster Energy trucks, a NOS energy drink truck, Carlson flying the Red Bull colors. I also do want to say it speaks a lot to the talent, the quality of the field in Pro 4. It's 8 trucks, but Johnny Greaves qualified 8th out of 8. A 7-time champion was 8th fastest out of this group of drivers. We're in store for a good one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get on your feet. If you're at home, sitting watching on Flo or Amazon Prime, this is go time for Pro 4. Take a listen.
Well, looks like Jimmy Henderson is going to have the early advantage as they come out of turn 1. Look at Henderson already just pitching it in backwards as they go through turn 2. Some fiberglass. I'll tell you.
Wow.
Oh,
look at
another.
that. RJ hit that berm as well.
Yeah, it's really tough to square away before that narrow inside split lane. Almost just saw 2 drivers pay the price here on lap 1. I was just about to say this track is beautiful now, but they are going to chew it to bits and pieces by the time it's done.
Yeah, it's definitely going to go away pretty quick, Shane. As Henderson clicking off the first lap in that United Rentals ride.
Yeah, Henderson looking pretty good out front in the early going. I just want to see how much rougher these split lanes look from lap 1 to here on lap 2. You can see the rut's already starting to wear in a little bit. Oh, and Henderson already crossed up. Oh, in trouble. Henderson off the pace. Looks like it's done. That's going to put CJ Greaves out front.
Man, you land crossed up no matter what in a Pro 4. You happen to break apart once in a while. I don't know if he got it stuck in a higher gear or what. He's back underway.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. I think you nailed it, though. You land a little bit crossed up. You can break some driveline components and end your day in a hurry. Yeah, Henderson headed for the exit already here in round 7.
Man, look at Andrew Carlson.
Whoa! That was a lot of contact there into the bedside of Thomas. Sorry to cut you off there, but...
No, you're fine, bud.
Carlson wrinkled up the body there on Thomas's truck. AC showing some fight early in this one.
You can see these are all standardized transmissions in these rides, and you get in a corner and you bobble a little bit, it really lugs the truck down. And CJ Greaves tiptoeing his way on that inside, man, it's not getting any better through there.
No, we're already seeing the track try to reach up and bite these trucks. Well, CJ was a winner here at ERX back in 2025. Him and Henderson split those 2 rounds. See the hometown boy Carlson still working on the back bumper of Mickey Thomas. Mamer in 4th, Anderson in 5th. Johnny Greaves still back at the tail end of the field in 6th. Looks like Cheney has exited the racetrack as well.
Look at Andrew Carlson, that Red Bull ride. There's Adrian Cheney.
Now that's the issue for Cheney, a shredded right rear tire.
Man, that didn't last long at all. You see CJ Greaves jumping into the sod.
Yeah, Cheney has to go all the way around the racetrack too before he can pull in the hot pit, so he is going to have a whale of a time staying on the lead lap in this one. You see all these Pro 4s jumping about 175 feet off that Yokohama flyaway.
Yeah, they're definitely bonsaiing off that flyaway. Oh, Carlson hits that left front or that right front into the K-rail. You have to be careful. Kind of set him back a couple spots towards Mickey Thomas. Remember Thomas coming off a cup win at Crandon. He was definitely a rocket ship passing everyone for the win.
Well, 2 different lines through the split lanes. Look at all that silt just getting kicked.
Boy, CJ still maintaining that top spot. Andrew Carlson not going anywhere. Wow, almost 200 feet of flying for Carlson at his hometown track.
Well, if anybody knows the limits of this racetrack, it's definitely AC. Another lap in the books here. Silent Assassin trying to hunt down the 10-time champion. By the way, Henderson was the points leader before round 7 started. And with his early exit,
Carlson off the pace just a little bit on that bottom.
Oh, Thomas all crossed up. He had a great run, a full head of steam trying to creep up on Greaves.
Yeah, I was right, Shane. Look at that. Carlson having some rear end damage problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of what's going on with Carlson's truck. Oh, Carlson has completely shredded the left rear wheel. That is the issue for him.
Man, it is on the wheel right now.
Meanwhile, changing the lead, the Silent Assassin now running out front.
Wow, just like that, he caught CJ sleeping a little bit right before the halfway point.
Perfect timing, too, for Carlson to get a flat right before the caution. Andrew will have plenty of time to get into the hot pit and get that thing changed. But with Carlson getting a tire change, that is going to put Cole Mamer into a podium spot. Here is the pass.
He has got a good drive off that top side. Then never look back.
Yeah, just put the hammer down, and that made all the difference. So Carlson in the hot pit. For more on our race leader, the Silent Assassin, we'll check in trackside with Haley.
Well, for the last couple, most recent nationals, it's Mickey Thomas with the majority of those Pro 4 wins. And it's amazing to see the evolution of his Pro 4 career. He has gone from wanting to be problematic for these guys to now, in ways, having a target on his back. He's quickly established himself in this class, and he is the most down-to-earth, humble guy one of the most humble, down-to-earth guys you could speak to back in the pits. There are many in short course off-road, but when he is behind that wheel, he is driving with a full head of confidence right now, as he should. So Mickey Thomas, certainly a problem for the rest of his competition, and now with your race lead. Guys, this is going to be good, this restart.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Haley. Thanks for that information. And Mickey Thomas has just been that bad fast, and once he got this truck figured out, I knew it was going to be scary as we see Carlson and Cheney.
Yeah, Carlson was able to stay on the lead lap, I do believe. So that is great news for him, but still, we've got to go all the way around the racetrack to catch up to the rest of the field.
Yeah, there's no luck on their side this time around.
Able to stay in the fight, though, and that's all that matters. We're going to get back to it.
See if RJ Anderson has anything up his sleeve for this second half. He got beat and banged around a little bit in that first half.
The finale of Pro 4 underway. Man, Mamer had to check up to not get into the bedside of CJ Greaves.
Watch as Thomas just pitching it in, backing it in, up on that berm. Look at that drive, that exit speed is so phenomenal for Thomas.
Yeah, his truck is just absolutely hooked up.
Oh! He got big time sideways. That's going to give the lead back over to CJ.
Man, right on cue, as I was saying, his truck is really hooked up. But Thomas now trying the high side and see if he can get another run. That's where he made the pass the first time.
Wow, didn't waste any time to go back after CJ Greaves.
Yeah, Thomas just refuses to follow CJ. He wants to be out front. Somehow able to hold on to this lead for another lap here.
A lot of time remaining, well over 6 minutes to go in this Pro 4 race, round 7. Thomas just bonsaiing off that backside. Gotta make sure you hit your shift marks there.
Other than that one mistake on that previous lap by Thomas, seems like he's just been on top of everything. That outside split lane is just getting really rough though.
Yeah, I don't know how many more times he's gonna stick to it. Right here is where he really gains a lot of ground.
The question kind of becomes, if you haven't seen the other side for a few laps, you stick with what you know. It's been working for him at least well enough. Do you risk it going into unfamiliar territory? That's kind of the question for Thomas with these split lanes now. Oh, right. Big trouble for Thomas.
Thomas, right rear flat tire. It's on the rim.
Well, it's all moot now as he is going to fall well back in the field. Now it's CJ Greaves, Cole Mamer, and RJ Anderson into the top 3.
Yeah, Johnny Greaves going to sneak by Thomas as well off this backside jump. Nothing Thomas can really do this late.
Well, now we'll see if Cole Mamer has what it takes to run down CJ Greaves. 5 minutes left on the race clock. You got to figure it was one of those hard impacts through that split lane that shredded that tire, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't point and pick what part of the track it was. It's been all torn up this second half of the day, especially for Pro 4. Those holes get 2-3 feet deep. So fun to watch CJ rotate that truck.
Oh, and some issues for the Wild Man. He is parked off to the side of the track. A lot of steam pouring out of that truck. As we're going to go full course yellow. Well, that will put some more drama into this race. Remember, Carlson was able to stay on the lead lap after changing that tire at the halfway caution, even though he wasn't able to come back out and stay with the field. So this is huge for AC.
Yeah, and he's been bad fast. He's been really, really quick in that Pro 4 this weekend so far. So he's going to have another shot at this thing as they're going to tow the Wild Man of Adrian Cheney off the track.
This is a look back at where that tire shredded for Carlson. Yeah, he found one of those big holes that we were talking about. Tire just completely blew apart. That just tells you the abuse that they're putting on these trucks throughout a race in Pro 4.
Yeah, they have bead-locks, but I mean,
It
definitely
just shredded
the
it right
sidewall.
apart.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
that's how treacherous this track is. There's Carlson.
Like I said, he was able to stay on the lead lap, so still definitely in this fight. I think we're going to see a very motivated Andrew Carlson for these final 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's his hometown track, so he wants to make sure he can put on a show. Not going to have much time remaining, about 2.5 minutes when we take the green flag, so it's going to be an all-out battle. See if Mamer has saved a little bit here for the end. He's been a rocket in that brand new truck. We'll see if he has anything. CJ Greaves, Cole Mamer, RJ Anderson, your top three. Here we go.
The survivors here in Pro 4 thundering down into turn 1. See Anderson shedding a whole bunch of fiberglass off that NOS energy drink truck. Trying to hunt down Cole Mamer. Oh, and Anderson gets a shove there from Johnny Greaves, and then Carlson stacked into the back of Johnny.
Yeah, and it was just a little chain reaction there as CJ Greaves just bonsaiing through that split lane, getting all torn up still. Made a little bobble there. Mamer not there to capitalize.
See if Mamer can put a run together up and over the Yokohama flyaway. Man, Mamer flying about 180, 190 feet. You can tell he wants this right now.
Yeah, we knew it was just a matter of time for him to figure out that brand new truck. CJ Greaves clicking off another lap with about 1.5 minutes to go in this Pro 4 race in round 7. Sun's starting to go down here on this beautiful day. Track just so blue groove down there. You hear CJ just dipping in and out of that throttle.
You talked about the sun going down. That's got to be a little tricky for those drivers down the backstretch looking directly into the sun, and then turn 2 is completely in the shade, so it takes a second for your eyes to adjust.
CJ Greaves still out front. There's Cole Mamer about 10, 12 truck lengths back now. All of them going well over 150 feet.
Look at Anderson charge into the high side on CF Moto Hill. Wasn't able to make that work, but see Anderson starting to search a little bit. Now Carlson goes to work on RJ Anderson. That would be the battle for the final podium spot.
RJ just sending it off that backside. Backing it in. Carlson just getting so much grip. You see the smoke coming off those tires.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was off the tires or out of the back of Carlson's truck. That's his truck showing a little bit of smoke.
Yeah, definitely every time he gets in and out of the gas.
Like we said, it's a lot of abuse on these trucks. Especially here at ERX Motor Park, as the white flag is going to come out next time by. See if CJ Greaves can bring it home for his second win here in 2026 in the Pro 4s. Mamer still has enough time, but he's got to find some really magical lines here on this final lap.
Yeah, he's not going to be mad about a runner-up spot right here. He's figuring out that truck still. He knows CJ's fast.
And look at the blue groove down there in turn 2.
Nothing you can do once that kid gets out front sometimes. If he can just wiggle his way through, that's the most crucial part here on this racetrack this weekend is that split lane.
Well, CJ trying to run up on the high side now. Not really going to make a difference. That interval staying about the same, maybe 8 truck lengths between those two.
Well, one final corner for the young gun of CJ Greaves at 33. Going to add another trophy to the room.
And dominant run by CJ once he was able to get out front. Mamer and Anderson just able to survive that one. Like we said, the track was trying to take down all of those drivers throughout that race. You see the unofficial results. Henderson out of that one on lap 1. Trying to do the quick math in my head here. Not enough for CJ Greaves to take over the points lead, but took a huge bite out of it. See CJ already with that window net down. Yeah, this track was super challenging for these Pro 4s though.
Look at how deep those ruts are going through there. And these Pro 4s can take a lot, so when they start shredding off tires, it's never a good thing. That's how much side load they put on.
Well, all in all, Brent, a pretty great day of racing here at the ERX Off-Road National. So cool to see the hillside packed. The meadow was full of people all day long. Sportsman racing was great this morning. Bit of a wild day for a few drivers.
Yeah, a lot of work going on in the pits tonight. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah,
if you get time before you go home, go check it all out.
That's an understatement. Yeah, definitely as you're heading towards the exits back to the parking lot, make sure you stop by, see all the work that's going on. I'm sure plenty of teams right now scrambling, looking for parts, trying to rebuild parts. A lot of adversity faced by a lot of drivers today. We see CJ putting on the title belt after another win here in Pro 4. After missing the first 4 rounds with that recovery from the knee surgery, like I said, the points starting to tighten up, and tell you, Pro 4 championship number 11 in play for CJ still. We'll go back and take a look at the events from Pro 4 here in round 7. Jimmy Henderson out to the early lead. Right where he wanted to be at that point in time. You see on lap 1, it was already getting a little bit dicey going through that second split lane.
Yeah, and I don't
and then
know
suddenly
what
something
happened
let
there.
go on Henderson's truck. And that was it. He limped it around to the exit. That was all it wrote for Jimmy Henderson. And then later on, track jumps up and bites Carlson. Shredded his tire on that truck. Fortunately, he was able to stay on the lead lap and stay in the battle in this one. Then Thomas able to get by CJ. Felt kind of like it was Mickey Thomas's race to win at that point. And then Andrew Carlson, the fastest among the side-by-sides back in pro side-by-side.
Time this afternoon with Haley Shanley. Take it away, Haley.
Thank you, Brent. RJ Anderson, always good to see you up here. What's the level of satisfaction to be back behind the wheel, back at ERX, and to come away with a podium today?
The satisfaction in myself is very, very low, but I'm really happy to be up here. I was telling these guys, I think I've been dad lifing too hard. I got that first half of the race, I'm like, hit. No one else of my competitors, but every single thing out there on the track today. I told my brother the one thing I'm not going to do is split the left or right, and very first lap I almost stacked it up, did the exact same thing that he did. So yeah, I think 14 of my 15 laps were all over the place, and the last one I started to figure it out. So I'm excited for tomorrow. This track is so rowdy. Thanks to the fans that stuck it out. It was a hot one today. I know we were trying our best out there. The sun's in our eyes, sand flying everywhere. So we love coming here. We're happy to be back. That's 2 podiums for us today. Well, I'm not super happy. It's a podium, and I'll take it.
Excited to build on it for tomorrow. Congratulations, RJ Anderson, P3 for Pro 4. And Cole Mamer. Cole, 2 out of the 3 California guys representing on this podium. How are you evaluating your performance this afternoon? These conditions did not look easy.
No, you know, the ERX threw a curveball to us. They brought in a bunch of dirt the week of. We tested last week here, and it's a completely different track to what we tested. But you know what? We're adapting to the changes. We're still learning this new truck. Every time I get in it, we're throwing a huge change at it. I'm trying to figure it out. Now I feel I'm on pace with CJ and Mickey and not have to kill the truck to be on pace, so which is really good. But I can't thank my team enough. You know, Russell, Brad, Mo, Maddox, Dustin Pins for helping me build this truck, and you know, all my partners, PSP Power Sports, Bill Stein, K2 Prince for making that truck look good, OMP, Bell Helmets, Argon Lumber, Go Lithium Batteries, Sunoco Race Fuel. There's a whole handful of people. I don't want to forget Mo, and thank you, Paul Will, for coming out and seeing from the short course side from the desert, and looking forward to it on the scorching day that PWR radiator really helped keep this thing cool.
Great work today. That is Cole Mamer. We'll see him tomorrow. And CJ Greaves, if this is easing back into racing, this clearly speaks to the level that you operate at on a given day. So I want to know, what was key this afternoon?
Oh, you know, just keeping your composure, keeping it together. I felt like we had a really good truck, and we made a mistake there right before the half, and Mickey got by us. And that hairpin is just easier to be the second truck. That's all there is to it. Once he got out front, I was able to get back underneath him, just like he was doing to me through here. And then we were ready to do battle in the second half, and just this track is always a war, right? It wears you out. It's rough. It's tiring. As it goes, people fade, and I knew just to keep a really good pace and make these guys hang it all out the whole time. And then once we get to the end, we'll sort it out right there at the end. And fortunate for me, I don't know what happened to Mickey there. He got a little squirrely or slowed down. We got back by him, and then after that, we just did our own thing. So hats off to all my crew, Monster Energy, Toyota, Toyo Tires, Method Wheels, Fox Shocks, everyone that came out from FXR. Thank you guys. Impact Safety, the guys from TRD, all my crew, all my family. Thank you guys, and let's go cool off for a little while.
Well deserved. CJ Greaves for Pro 4. Guys, it's been a great day of racing, and maybe the best is yet to come. Back to you.
Thanks, Haley, and man, what a day of racing it was. Like we said, it was a very dramatic day of racing, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for not so good reasons. I might have to give Modcart the race of the day, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun to watch, and those young guns, they really know how to throw it down here at ERX Motor Park, and it's been a beautiful day, a long day, tiring for a lot of the racers, and I'm telling you, we still have one more round to come back to tomorrow, and I guarantee you they're all going to let it hang and do what they need to do to get up on top of that box.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. Thanks to all of you who are watching us on Amazon Prime, by the way. We appreciate you tuning in there, as well as all of you out there on FloRacing. Like I said, the best part about the end of day one of a Champ Off-Road race, we get to do it all over again tomorrow, my friend. I cannot wait. 8 a.m. sharp, Central Time, opening ceremonies for Sportsman Racing.
Absolutely, Shane. For Nolan Castellian, Haley Shanley, Shane Stetsny, I'm Brent Smith. Thanks for watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt.